Harman Kudaru Rotamahole, Emang, a convi.
Mihar Zaman Badal Vilje. Eh, couldn't Ulam Benum Wagway.
ज़मानायको इता कमे बदल वमुंदायरुवेस बाइंग आदत ज़मान तक करते मिगेंदे को बत्ती ये ट्रेडिशन ने की
Good evening once again. This is Dhiraagu Supersonic by Glitch Gaming. My name is Aksam. I'll be your host. And we've got Moonis on commentary and Juve as our analyst. This is a tourney of nearly 20 days. I can't say exactly 20 days because we don't know how time passes as this game has been going on. 20 days of Rocket League here in the Maldives, where we are trying to crown the indisputable champion of Rocket League for the Maldives. And we've got so much to tell you about tonight, because tonight, day number 19, is the finale, boys and girls. We are right now on the cusp of just that moment of realizing, of recognizing the winner and the one team that we will all be looking up to in Rocket League here in the Maldives. How is everyone feeling? Moonis, how are you doing, brother?
Very excited. I already am looking forward to both the final and the semi. As you can see, I've also won a cap tonight for Cap a lot, because I think that they're a team that deserves support as the underdog. Very excited. What about you, Juve?
Well, no cap. I am really excited.
Nice
Well,
one.
Well,
before we-
I'm hoping to see really interesting matches and possibly the most nail-biting match of this whole tournament.
Well, before we start off, obviously we should be doing it right. So, guys, May the 4th be with you. I had
Nice,
to. I had
nice,
to, man.
nice.
I had to. We are all geeks here, and I can see that Yube is kind of like tilting over this. But until he recovers, let's take a look at our sponsors who have made this possible for us.
It's gonna.
Mandu Mus with the Mus case for us every night, and Pizza Bono with the free pizza as well for a lucky draw winner. It's the same tonight, girls and boys. We've got Print Lab who have been providing us with the banners that has been. We are not green screening, guys. This is real stuff. And we've got Eli finally stepping up tonight because we get the MVP tonight. Gizmo with our technological advancements that's allowing us to reach out to you guys. And then we've got Dhiraagu, our title sponsor, who has been consistently making this possible for us to reach you all the way where we are, where you are. And we're here tonight to celebrate, like I said, a culmination of all of our efforts here. This has been a long journey. This has not been just a one shot, a weekend, or a night, one night stand. I'm not gonna even say that again, but it's been so much fun because we've had us three, all right, three people of like different levels of experiences with this game, but all of us have come to this such an inspirational point after watching all of these people fight it out for what it is to be bragging rights as well as a really hefty prize pool too. So let's take a look at what they're fighting for. We've got 20,000 rupiah in the pot, with first place getting 10,000, second place getting 7k, and third place getting 3,000 rupiah. And this is nothing simple because like you guys are gonna be those guys are staying at home and playing this game with us, and this is what they've been fighting for. This is what all 20 teams slashed down to 8, slashed once again down to 3 on the final night, and they've been vying so much for this. And like I said, guys, the MVP prize, we will be seeing that being handed out tonight as well. Well, technically, we'll know who's gonna get it because this is our day 19, right? Day 20 is gonna be the award ceremony. That's how we calculated it. Yes, pro gamer move. And this here is a 32-inch smart Android TV by TCL, provided by eLife for the MVP of the final match. We'll be calculating the scores through the game to see who deserves this prize. All right. So, day number 19. What have we been up to for the past 2 weeks and a half? It's been tiring, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely. 3 matches every night, some of them very short, but some of them excruciatingly long. And each one of them, despite the fact that it's 5 minutes apiece, feels like an eternity. And it's in a good way, you know? We feel like there's so much great skill at play, so many great goals, so many great moments that it's like being stuck in 5-minute loops for an eternity, but in a good way.
What about you, Yube? How do you feel?
Well,
about
I'd
you?
say,
Oh, Jinx.
well, I'd say like these past few days have been very, very interesting and very exciting because all these matches, like there's always surprises. Even in the group stage, there were nights where we saw a level of play we did not expect to see there, and then it moved on to the knockout stage and it just got more and more, I don't know the word for it, exquisite. But yeah, it was really, really interesting.
Well, we could just take a walk down memory lane and look at the stats. All right, so this is the group league rankings, guys. Like I said, 20 teams cut down to 8. These were the 8 teams that made it into the gauntlet, the knockout stages. Vector going in with a clean sheet, right? Surprise, it didn't turn out that way. But the Baguettes with 12-1, Juice with 12-2. You could see like a sort of a ranking here. But anybody who's streaming, like tuning in tonight for the first time ever, don't worry, we're summarizing it for you right now. What you expected was not what happened. Trust me. Nothing that we expected to happen except for that one team that went all the way. Juice, having beaten the Baguettes all the way in the semifinals, is something that we kind of foresaw because Juice is a team to be reckoned with. We knew that they were going to end up in the finals. But what we don't know is what's going to happen in the lower gauntlet tonight. And that's the semifinals that's happening first. We've actually got 2 matches scheduled for tonight. It might be 3. I'll tell you more about it in a bit. First of all, we are seeing the semifinals of the lower bracket, which is Capelot versus the Baguettes. You saw that the Baguettes had lost against Juice earlier, and now they have been pushed down to the lower bracket. A little bit of a recap of how this works. We in the knockout stages, each team gets 2 lives. You start with all 8 teams in the upper bracket. They play 4 matches. You get 4 losers who end up in the lower brackets, which was 13 Vector, Profats Non-Peril, and EVG. They play against each other. The winner plays with the next loser of the upper bracket, so on and so forth. So every team gets like 2 lives, and the Baguettes have used up their one. Capelot is a team that had lost 1 life early in the knockout stages, and they just pushed all the way to the end. They have surprised us all, and it's been so much fun watching them play. And tonight we're gonna be seeing Capelot playing against the Baguettes first. All right, this is basically how it is right now, but tonight a lot may happen, a lot may change, and someone is here to say hello as well. Say hello to Oscar, guys. This kitty has been watching this entire stream with me, right like, you know, like he wouldn't sit on my lap, but I wish he would, because he's so fluffy. And thankfully tonight is joining us like live as well. I'm finally really happy to have like introduced him on stream. His dad is very worried as to what just happened as well. Let's hope I don't get any sinus activation with this. However, that's a little recap. And yes, guys, I know you're jealous, but I've been hanging out with 4 really fluffy cats for the last 19 days, and I know Yube is jealous, so like let's go with that. However, like before we talk too much about what's happening tonight, let's take a look at a highlight reel. We've been doing it every night. Let's do it tonight as well. What happened? What went down last night? so many nasty plays, guys. Last night was a beatdown, shakedown, hoedown. I don't know. I really don't know how else to describe it. I don't know how I'm describing it right now, but I was watching live right here, and that just like that rearranged a lot of stuff in my head, man. Like the level of skill that I saw last night. What do you guys think? How would you describe it?
I think the one word I would use to describe last night would probably be unexpected, right? Because what we saw from Capelot was completely unexpected. And what we saw from the Baguettes as well, completely unexpected. We expected more from them in that case. So overall, I felt like it was a night of surprises again. What about you, Yube?
All I saw was very juicy plays. All these goals, like just coming in, and every team, like Capelot especially. I want to give a special shout out to them and for their plays and for coming all the way here. And I want to see more of every one of them. And I actually want them to play in the finals and beat the Baguettes. That's what I want to see.
Beat the Baguettes.
Yeah.
In the finals. They're already meeting them in the semis.
In the semi and move on to the finals.
A little bit of a calculation error. I've just been informed that they're not going to be in the finals if that's what's going to happen, because Juice has already secured their spot, guys. We might have a rerun of what do you call it? The brunch that we saw last night. We might. There's a chance, but to be honest, we don't know what to say. We have no idea how things are going to go. And tonight we've got the semi-final, which is first, it's the Baguettes versus Capelot, two teams that I personally have been following and rooting for so much. And as you can see, Juice will be playing against the winner of the semi-finals match. However, there is a third match, an option for a third match. I did mention this earlier. Juice, as is, has not spent any of their technically lives in this knockout stage. They're still unbeaten, which means if they lose the final match against whoever comes up, Juice will be regaining one more life, as in they have that one life that they can bank on, which means there might be a third match if Juice gets beaten down. Which means whoever comes up from the semifinals, boys and girls, they'll have to beat Juice twice if they want to take that 10K home. So, like, this is a really comfortable position for Juice to be in. They just gotta win once and just gonna and then get it done with. But like tonight there's a chance that this is gonna be really intense as well. So,
Not a chance. It's guaranteed to be.
yeah, like I've been doing for the past recent nights, I think I'm gonna ask you guys, who's gonna win, why, and what the play you're gonna see is gonna be like. Munis, 20 seconds. Go.
Let's talk about Baguettes versus Capelot, right? They met each other on Day 17, first match, right? And it turned out to be a 2-3 match, which means it was very close. So obviously they are similar enough in skill. And then we saw amazing performances from Capelot last night. So I think it's going to be Capelot, especially since the Baguettes seem to be a little bit inconsistent with their quality of play. What about you, Yube?
Well, last night we saw the Baguettes perform. I wouldn't say as good as they have been. So, but then again, Capelot, they're performing way better than they ever did. Looks like they're improving with each game as they are going forwards. So, I feel like the Capelot team would just take it.
All right, so contrary to popular opinion, I will be giving a prediction of sorts as well. Well, okay, no. Maybe I'm just like crossing my fingers and hoping that while I love the Baguettes so much, I have enjoyed watching them over the group stage into the knockout stages, and I've seen them improve and suddenly kind of like go down as well, you know, like in their playing and all that. But Capelot for me shows that you could be a team that nobody's heard of. You could be the second division team of another team that's been playing in this tourney and still make it all the way here, surprising everyone, beating teams like Storm, like EVG. These were powerful teams. Like, these guys were wiping the slates clean as they came forward, and they themselves just got deleted. All right, Capelot is personally responsible for Storm and EVG's exit from the knockout stages. This is big. This is really big as well. They are a huge underdog character, as Moonis has been describing. So like, I'm hoping that Capelot puts in that extra energy and extra, like, you know, extra push for this last mile. But if they still win tonight against the Baguettes, they will have to beat Juice Juice twice. They have to play a record 3 matches tonight. Even the Baguettes, like anybody else who, like, if you want anybody other than Juice Juice to win, there's going to be 3 matches happening tonight, and that team's going to have to play all 3 of them. However, Capelot last night, though, they have proven that they can take the beating of 2 matches cleanly. You know, like, I've seen them not buckle under pressure, really push forward and play perfect sweeps, guys. 2 perfect sweeps in a row. We thought we'd give them a little bit of a break before we started, but they did not need it.
Yeah, if you remember last night, Aksam, and also Yube, the Capelot turned out to be a very strange team in that if the opponent scores against them first, they get activated and they get super goal hungry. So it's like the equalizer, another goal, and it just goes on like that. But if they get the first goal, then the same thing happens, and they just start getting hungry for goals and start raining it in. They seem like an unstoppable force, right? And it is also worth noting, by the way, I just checked some of the previous matches we've had. The very first match Capelot had in this tourney was against Juice Juice. 1-3 was the score. So if they are able to get to the final, it might be kind of interesting to see them take on this team that they already faced so long ago, to see how far they've come.
Yeah.
If that is the thing. And even leaving that aside, I want to point out that whoever that is not Juice Juice who wants to become champion have to beat Juice Juice twice. And that is a big ask, right? Like, it's amazing. At that point, I feel like that team just deserves it. You know, to be able to outplay Juice Juice once is one thing, but twice? What about you, Yube? Like, where do you land on this?
Honestly, Capelot deserves to be on the final. That's what I think. But they have to prove themselves in this first match, right? And going up against Juice Juice, like, it's probably the most challenging thing they'd have to do. And as you mentioned before, winning 2 times against a team like Juice Juice is like top tier. No, that's what I said.
Yeah,
Alright,
the Death Star of Rocket League wins, I guess. The Death Star.
So I'm gonna be leaving you both to have fun on the match while I watch here, and like I just get like so nervous, but I think I will make it through because, you know, the Force is with us, and May the 4th be with you guys. All right, have fun.
That's right.
Let's see how it goes, man. I will see you in a bit.
All right. Thanks a lot, Aksam. And just to remind everybody, this is day 19 of Dhiraagu Supersonic by Glitch Gaming, and it's me, Moonis, and Yube here finally at the semi-final, the Baguettes versus Capelot. So, looking at their previous matches, the Baguettes faced Capelot on day 17, where Capelot lost 3-2, and the Baguettes lost to Juice Juice to fall to the lower bracket to be where they are now. So let's talk a little bit about this match, Yube. What are your expectations going in?
Well, I feel like the Baguettes, like, both teams really need to feel each other out. But if the Baguettes go up against Capelot, we're going to see Capelot get really goal hungry. That's what I'd say.
I can definitely see that. And hey, with the kickoff, we immediately see the ball go into the Baguettes side of the pitch. Capelot immediately clears it when it returns as well. But so far, it seems like both teams are feeling each other out. I'm not seeing any significantly aggressive activity on either side of the pitch. Very slow-paced, but it's slowly picking up. Yalan taking a ball forward. Oh! Great! Oh man, that was really close. That was
Capelot
just
already got two setups and almost 2 goals in.
Ooh! And yet the Baguettes score first. And I'm with you there. Like, that last one, if luck were on their side, I feel like it totally would have been a goal. But now the Baguettes have done the thing. They've scored against Capelot, Yube. So what are your expectations? Do you think that they're gonna completely get energized now, or do you think that maybe the pressure might get in the way?
Who knows? I think Capelot's gonna start retaliating really hard. I mean, so far it's been a good start for the Baguettes, and they can't get comfortable against a team like Capelot.
For sure, and I do want to ask about this, right? The last time we saw the Baguettes, their level of play wasn't exactly what we were used to seeing from them. So far in this match, how do you feel about what you're seeing?
So far, we're seeing Baguettes performing better than they did last night, and Capalot just, we really haven't seen much from them yet, but we're gonna see a lot more. That's what I'm assuming.
Yes, I agree with you there. I think as well that the Baguettes definitely seem like they're controlling this game a little bit more than Capalot, which makes me wonder whether Capalot, being young players as they are, might be feeling a little pressured. And nice save there. Do you think that the pressure might be getting to them as well? I mean, they have to fight 3 matches if they do want to win, but for now, I guess the semi is what they're facing. Do you think that this performance of theirs might be a pressure thing, that we're not seeing them activate just so suddenly?
Maybe it could be a pressure thing. Maybe it's the Baguettes like slowly shutting down most of their playstyle. Because we're seeing Capalot a little bit more confused and like a little bit more disoriented. Not something we're really used to seeing.
Yeah, usually when they get their groove on, it seems like every player knows what to do and they make some really unconventional, interesting attacks and such, right? But right now, it still feels like they're a little sluggish, and with that, Ghost scores goal number 2. 2 minutes 39 seconds into the match. Okay, what do you think, Yube? It looks like a double commit on the defense.
Yeah, double commit on the defense, but they were also on the backboard and nobody was on the goal line waiting for a good defense. So
I guess a very bad tactical call on their side.
yeah,
and as
last night we saw Nyclo like popping off. Tonight, if he does the same thing, then I'd say Capalot can still take it. But if they're performing the way they are right now, the Baguettes have the advantage.
I'm with you there on that one, because right now it seems like the Baguettes are basically running circles around Capalot. They have to struggle even to get it past the midfield line, and even then, I'm not seeing any really good setups or opportunities for goals. Well, the Baguettes just are basically having near miss after near miss and a few goals. So definitely, oh, and look at that, Void Weiser scores for the Baguettes at 3-0. Time now is 1 minute 55 seconds, and I guess the real question is, do you think that they can come back from this Capalot, or do you think that they should let this first one go and focus on the next one?
With a team like Capalot, I'm sure they can get 3 goals in under like 1 minute even. So if the Baguettes start making any mistakes, we're gonna see Capalot start capitalizing on it instantly.
So far, I guess that means that the Baguettes have been so solid that Capalot can't find that opportunity to take advantage of, huh?
Yeah, so far we have not seen that many mistakes, but on Capalot's side, the defensive rotation needs a little bit of work,
Yes, I can definitely see that, because the Baguettes are able to penetrate the Capalot defense a lot easier than the other way around. So far, most of the time the ball is spending a lot of time on the Capalot side of the pitch, which is unfortunate because they need to score 3 more goals to stay competitive here. 1 minute 15 seconds remaining, and now Kane for Capalot trying to set something up. Oh, that could be something. Yalan. Oh, I think he just got blown up. But the ball finally back on the Baguettes side of the pitch, but almost immediately is being cleared out. 1 minute remains. I guess we'll see whether they can score 3 goals in under a minute. I do think that they do have the capacity for it, but right now they seem to be struggling.
Like a dangerous setup.
Oh!
And Kane scores.
Well done, Kane. Let's take a look at that replay, Juve. Tell me what you think about this one. He took the boost from like in the middle of the field, right? The small boost. And
he bumped into the third man and then kind of like tipped the ball up.
So in a way, he kind of made Voidweiser assist him on that goal, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, and that could have been fatal. Oh no! Oh no! Huge mistake, yeah. That did not go well. 4-1. 42 seconds remain on the clock. So Yube, the first man letting that one go, I guess that was where it went wrong, huh?
I guess they tried something, they tried a fake kickoff, which kind of worked against them. Because the Baguettes went for a long shot, and the third man was not ready on Capalot's side.
And now we're seeing the Baguettes once again take it into the Capalot side of the pitch. And 30 seconds remain to score, I guess, 3 goals. That's like one goal every 10 seconds, which doesn't really sound feasible. I don't know. But anyway, Capelot now taking the ball forward. Voidweiser intercepted. Ooh. Oh my goodness! How could that not be a goal? That could have been something amazing. Anyway, 10 seconds remain, and the Baguettes can either try to score or just waste a little time, I guess. But it doesn't really matter either way. Looks like this one goes to the Baguettes.
The Baguettes really comfortably with this game, I'd say. And like looking back, I don't think Capelot was playing bad, but the Baguettes, they performed really well, and they made like 0 mistakes throughout the whole game. So this is what we're seeing is the Baguettes at their top form.
Which is really unfortunate for Capelot, right? Because if the Baguettes were playing the way they were playing yesterday, definitely Capelot has a better chance. But now, if they need to overcome this, they need to show us the same form they showed us yesterday. So, let's talk a little bit about what they can do to respond to this, Yube. So, what do you think that Capelot needs to do now? If you, since you said the Baguettes are not making any mistakes in their rotations and their plays, what options do Capelot have?
Well, I feel like we are not seeing one of the players like pull their own weight, and I'm referring to Nyclo because last night we saw him get in a lot of shots, a lot of setups. Like he was pulling a lot of weight on his own. But tonight we're not seeing much from either players like Nyclo or Yalan. So if they can step it up, then I'm sure they can take on the Baguettes. I mean, it would be a close call. Like 1 goal from both sides.
So far, as you mentioned, Yalan and Nyclo seem to be a little bit passive, but it's Kane who is really trying really hard to keep Capelot in the game. So I as well am hoping to see that the other 2 players kind of step it up, and we've seen them do it. So I'm just hoping to see a repeat of last night's performance. Anyway, it looks like we're about to start. So with 5 minutes on the clock, once again, we'll begin. Just to remind everybody, this is a best of 7. So they need to win 4 games to win the match. And just like that, Ghost scores. My goodness. I guess that was 3 seconds into the game?
Yeah, 3 seconds into the game, and right after the kickoff, the second man, Ghost, was just in position to get the goal in.
What do you think the mistake for Capelot there was? Where was the shortcoming?
The second man from the Baguettes was ready, but we did not see the second man from Capelot's side. The third man went for the boost, but they could not rotate fast enough.
Oh, Nyclo scores! Nicely done. 4 minutes, 49 seconds in, and it looks like Capelot's coming back, or at least that's what it seems. Anyway, to go back to what you were saying, yeah, I did notice that the second man from Capelot's side did go for the boost that time, so I guess that's what kind of left it open. That's a kind of calculated risk these players have to take, right? Whether they go for the ball or the boost.
Yeah, that is how it is. We're seeing the Baguettes a little bit bunched up, not really like them, but I guess the pressure could be getting to them.
Wow, what a goal. Yes, I do think so as well, except just then Ghost with that really nice dribble and that goal there. The defender just barely missed that one. And 2 Baguettes, 1 Capelot, 4 minutes, 37 seconds remain. Do you think that was Capelot's mistake, or do you think they just got outplayed by the Baguettes?
Well, I'd say Ghost outplayed them really hard there, because that dribble and that pop, like he popped the ball off the other player, really cool.
Whoa! And on that note, Nyclo has done something amazing, and that was the equalizer. 4 minutes, 24 seconds in, now we're 2-2. Yube, what do you think of this goal? All 3 defenders seem to be at the goal, but somehow it went in.
Yeah, Nyclo always finds that odd angle to get the ball in, and he positions himself in a way that the defenders don't think there's a way for the ball to go in. I mean, that's how he scored the first goal and the second goal.
Yeah, and that one especially looked like a very strange angle. I guess that's why everybody felt kind of chilling that time around. But I guess they made the wrong call. But that was a dangerous opportunity for the Baguettes just then to score against Capelot. But luckily they were able to get the ball away. Kane now... oh wait, Nyclo intercepts the ball as the Baguettes takes it forward. Going to the Baguette side of the pitch, but it's been returned. I think this is going to be a setup for something. Voidweiser. But unfortunately, he did not get the hit that he wanted. Rusty. We haven't seen a lot of really prominent plays from Rusty so far, right, Yube?
Yeah, we're not seeing much of Rusty, but we're seeing Voidweiser and Ghost doing a lot of heavy lifting for the Baguettes.
Absolutely, and what a goal just now by Yalan, Yube. Like, a long-range one. I didn't know whether the one was going in, but somehow it did. What do you think of that one?
I would say a pretty standard goal, but the Vegas was not ready to react to that. And I like the accuracy from Cap a lot because Nyclo and Yalan always, they always find a way to shoot from afar.
Yeah, and that's one of the ways that they're able to rack up the goals, right? Because they seem to take risks and take shots that most people don't seem to want to. And yet they do have the accuracy to pull it off, so it's quite fascinating to see. Anyway, Yalan and Ghost fighting over the ball now, and things are really getting intense in the midfield. I guess that means that both teams are doing, relatively well, right? Like, they're both approximately equal if the midfield is the most active part of the game.
Yeah, we saw Capalot be a little bit slow in the midfield. Now they're catching up. But then again, Ghost scoring for the Baguettes. Like he is the scorer this time. He scored the most goals in last match and the most goals here right now.
Yeah, and what a nice setup it was as well, off the wall into the middle, and it kind of says a lot, I guess, that Capalot had their defense wide open for something like that to work. But
yeah,
anyway.
They're
sorry, go on.
They're just to the game plan, but they're still a little bit too slow on the receive in the defense. So if they can fix it up, then they'd be getting more goals in.
I see. So, right now they need to focus on their defense a little bit more, but also score one more goal to get ahead, I guess. But, being equal in terms of goals is not a bad place to be, I think. The time now is 2 minutes 20 seconds and we're still counting down, and the Baguettes and Capalot both have 3 goals. That could have been a goal. I thought that was going to go in. But anyway, both of them have 3 goals and they need to break this tie as soon as possible. But I guess you could say they have plenty of time. Looking at the play of both teams, would you say that we're starting to see Capalot kind of get into their form? Because it doesn't seem like they are scrambling the way that they used to.
Well, Capalot is getting better and they're getting a little bit into their groove, but they're a little bit too lacking in the midfield. So the Baguettes are taking advantage of that and kind of controlling the pace of the game.
I see. And there you go, another great setup by Capalot, but I don't know if there's anybody there who can take advantage of it. Nice shot as well, but unfortunately didn't quite have the speed or the accuracy it needed. Yalan now trying to get the ball out of there. Kane. Once again, it's worth mentioning that Capalot is a pretty young team, so to see them play at this level is quite impressive. And the Baguettes themselves, I'm really glad that we're getting to see the really well-oiled machine, that well-choreographed side of the Baguettes, rather than the version we saw last night. I'm very happy with their play as well. Sorry?
Some of the crossbones.
Yes, no, definitely not. Hey, and 1 minute remaining for either team to break the tie. Rusty. As I keep saying, I haven't really seen a lot from Rusty this game, and I'm hoping that he will prove me wrong by scoring a goal that makes me go like, how the heck did he do that? Rusty again.
Yeah, so far not really seeing a lot from Rusty.
Maybe he's playing defensively this time around. Oh, what a close one. Oh, and what a close one again. 30 seconds remaining. And look at that. Kane scores for Capalot. 28 seconds remaining on the clock, and Kane scores, bringing the score up to 4-3. And now the Baguettes have to equalize no matter what, or they lose this game, and they wouldn't want to concede any to Capalot. So let's talk about strategy, Ayube. What do you think the Baguettes should do right now in this short period of time just to turn things around?
I guess they can let go of their defense and go for an all-out attack, which could stabilize them and take them to overtime, but then again, it does leave them open for Capalot to just, get one goal in.
Yeah, I think so as well. So I guess maybe something like, oh, well, what am I talking about? It's Rusty with that goal. 4 seconds left, and now we have the equalizer. He kind of set it up for himself, that one. A pretty nice goal, but what do you think?
I like how he set it up for himself and for an aerial dribble and outplayed the third man from Capalot's side.
Yeah, so Rusty was basically like playing it low-key. He had this, planned the whole time. But anyway, the time is now run out, but we're waiting for the ball to basically touch the pitch so that the... okay, we go into overtime, and we have. So overtime, we have 4-4 on the scoreboard. The Baguettes and Capelot both. The Baguettes have won 1, and Capelot need to equalize. We will be playing overtime to see which team scores first, and that one will take the game. But tension's super high, I would say. Ball going to the Baguettes side of the pitch. Nice opportunity there. Yeah, that could have been something, but the defender, I think, defended it quite well. This could be a setup. Oh my goodness. What a narrow miss there for Yalan. And now the Baguettes aggressively taking the ball forward. Rusty. You can't let someone like Rusty have free reign over the pitch, or else they'll just do whatever they want. Oh my goodness. Ghost scores for the Baguettes, and they take their second win. What do you think about this one, Yube? And overall, the Baguettes. We have a little time before the next game begins, so let's start kind of analyzing what we just saw.
Well, the Capelot team. Well, the goal, that was a nice double touch by the Ghost. And Ghost, he's been scoring a lot of goals for the Baguettes in these past 2 games. And we've probably seen Ghost at his best form so far in this tournament. And I'd say taking up, like, the Baguettes so far has played without any mistakes from their side. But Capelot, they're slowly getting into their groove, slowly stabilizing. But this is going to be, like, really hard for them to come back from, because I feel like losing these 2 matches is going to take a hit on their morale.
And that is definitely a lot of pressure on them, right? So far, as you said, the Baguettes, we've seen them playing really, really well. They haven't made any major mistakes. But on Capelot's side, things are not quite the same. This last game that we just saw, we did see them like improving their skill level quite a bit. I mean, they went into overtime after all. So looking forward to the next one, do you think that we're about to see Capelot kind of like get their groove back and kind of pose a very serious challenge to the Baguettes? Or do you think that the pressure of losing 2 is going to be enough to kind of prevent them from showing that high level of play? Which way do you think that these guys will land, considering...
This match is what's going to make or break the whole series, I would say, because if Capelot can win this one, then they have a chance to come back. But if they lose 3 in a row, then I would say, well, it's highly unlikely they can get a 4th, like they can get 1 more win. Because by then the Baguettes have they're completely comfortable, and then there'll be no room for this tension, which normally gets in like the players' heads since they start making bad mistakes. But then again, if they're comfortable, then they'll play even better. So that's my opinion.
I see. Well, either way, I think it's also something worth considering that the Baguettes are considered to be a pretty experienced team as well. So maybe they might be able to deal with the stress of the situation better. But I'm absolutely with you on the fact that this is probably the most important game overall for this match, because if Capelot can take this one, it proves that they're in the game, and it's also a good way for them to bring back a little bit of their morale. But if the Baguettes take this one, they grab the momentum of the game in a big way, right?
Yeah, so far we're seeing... Oh, Nyclo with that
goal! Nyclo scores first. Very nice. Hey, what the? That was from the goal line.
I like how he scored from his goal too.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you bring the ball here, alright, return to sender. That's pretty cool. Anyway, 4 minutes 8 seconds on the clock, and we are going again. We have kickoff. Yalan sending the ball forward. Immediately intercepted by the Baguettes. This could be something for them, creating an opportunity. They need that equalizer soon, and it looks like they have it. Void Weiser. 3 minutes 55 seconds on the clock. I really like that goal, Yube. Just take a look at that.
Yeah, that was a nice bounce on the wall of that, and then
I feel like the second man from the Baguettes was just at the right place at the right time. Perfect coordination. I think, I would love to hear what they were talking about on their comms when that kind of, move was pulled off. Oh, and before we have a chance to breathe, Kane scores for for Capelot, pulling them ahead. Wow. Let's take a look at that. Yube, what do you think of that aggressive action? It was in the middle of a clear, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's Capelot for you. When they go on the attack, it's really one player goes up and just gets a really perfect setup and then gets a goal in.
Yeah, and it's kind of wild because the setup for that one was basically But the Baguettes attempting to clear. What the? Nyko scores again. The third goal for Capalot. 3-1 against the Baguettes. 3 minutes 41 seconds. Yube, what are your thoughts about this sudden turnaround?
I think a lot of setups like that from the Capalot side. Really good setups. Like they hit the roof and then it just goes down and then they just dunk it in.
Oh, that was a miss for the Baguettes. Yeah, I'm seeing it a lot more too. I guess they're realizing that because these guys protect their backboard so much that maybe it's a waste of time to go after it.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, at this level, I mean, every team should be defending their backboard. If not, then that's a big hole in their defense.
Exactly, because I guess we can say that like the backboard is the place where you get to see the most conventional setups, right? So in a way, it's the most vulnerable part. So if you can protect that, you prevent the enemy team from basically doing a lot of really good setups. But hey, look at that. Capalot now once again pressuring the Baguettes, and Yalan just approaching the ball like a torpedo. The third man of Capalot seems to be near the midfield, but somehow the other two rush back, so things are okay. And and that was a narrow miss for the Baguettes. Kane now sending the ball forward. Could this be a goal? Oh, nice bit of defending by the Baguettes. Is it just me, or do you think that the Baguettes are kind of like moving a little bit more erratically? They've kind of lost their groove a little bit.
Yeah, it's not really stable, the rotation and the play style, but I guess the Baguettes are not used to being pushed back, and Ghost just waiting for his team to pull up their weight.
Oh, and Rusty scores goal number 2. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Ghost has been doing a lot, as you say, and with that setup, the other two players set it up for Rusty, and unfortunately, Yalan, while defending, accidentally seems to have tapped it inside. Hey, you know, that was just wrong place, wrong time. But now it looks like the Baguettes have an opportunity to equalize. The pressure is on again, 2 minutes, 18 seconds and counting. So let's talk about what Capalot needs to do. Do you think that they should focus on widening the score gap, or do you think that defensive play could have, well, what do I know? I guess they widen the score gap. 4-2. 2 minutes, 9 seconds remaining on the clock. Anyway, let's talk about, let me rephrase that question. Now that they have a 2-goal gap, is it worth going even higher, or is it more logical to fall back on the defense?
Well, normally around kickoff, if they get an advantage, then they can push it for a goal and get even more comfortable. But if they can't seem to be attacking or setting up, I guess they can stall, go for boosts, you know, go for a lot of bump plays, and, you know, just waste a lot of time.
Right now, the match being what it is, I think that Capalot would definitely benefit from that sort of play. But it doesn't look like they're interested in that. I guess they want goals more, and that's what happens when Capalot starts scoring, at least as of yesterday. That was a bunch of nice setups there, but unfortunately they couldn't quite get the touch that they wanted. Nyko going in all the way from a long distance away just to intercept the Baguettes, and now Kane taking it forward, immediately intercepted by the Baguettes. Alright, I think the Baguettes are starting to get their group back a little, but of course Capalot now is definitely in the flow of things, and the Baguettes are consistently on the defense, even though they need to score twice. So let's talk about the Baguettes. What do you think the Baguettes need to do right now to stop Capalot's onslaught? Because the ball is very much on the Baguettes side of the pitch now, more than anything.
I'd say the Baguettes need to... Well, sure, like Ghost is going for these like very solo plays, and Voidweiser not really seeing him, you know, being in position and supporting the team. But Rusty, on the other hand, we've seen a lot of solo action from him as well. So if they start working as a team, maybe they could get like 2 more goals in and stabilize.
Well, they do have less than a minute to do it, but oh! Whoa, that could have been an own goal for Kane, but somehow it didn't go in. So that's pretty lucky. 30 seconds remain for the Baguettes to basically catch up to Capalot by scoring 2 goals. But it remains to be seen whether it can be done. Capalot certainly not making it easy. Ghost now taking it forward, and Nyko waiting to receive it. And it looks like Rusty scores! 11 seconds on the clock, and now I guess this next one is going to be decided in a matter of 11 seconds. The Baguettes, I guess at this point it would be a fair play to just go all attack, right? They have literally nothing to lose. What do you think, Yuba?
Yeah, I mean, right now is not the time to be thinking about defense at all. I mean, you got barely 10 seconds on the clock. So the Baguettes need to throw everything into the offense and get at least 1 goal in and go to overtime.
Well, we have less than 5 seconds now, and Capelot is still attacking the Baguette's goal. My goodness. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Whoa! Capelot just nailed that one. Kane, what a goal. And I think that was after like 2-3 attempts on the goal, Yube. Like, this team is just goal hungry. I'm loving this. What do you think, Yube? You mentioned that this is a very important one, that they had to win it. Now that they have won it, where you at?
I'd say they have the momentum, and if they can keep going on with it, then they'll easily get like 3 more wins, even against a team like Baguettes.
Because right now it seems like the Baguettes are really running and trying to play catch up with them, right?
Yeah, I mean, so far we saw Capelot get a little bit more organized, and then they start completely taking the game over. Meanwhile, the Baguettes they seem a bit sluggish. Maybe their rotation's off point. But then again, Capelot outperformed them in every sense of the matter. So I'd say, Capelot, you did well. If you can keep going, then you can take 3 matches easy.
I would really like to see that happen as well. And that kind of raises this question, right? Capelot are now playing at this new level of intensity. So how long can they keep it up? And last night, we did see them do it to basically 2 matches. But I think that was best of 5, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was, but tonight they need to be really mentally fortified if they're going to go up against a team like Juice, because even if they win the first best out of 7, they need to play that again.
Yeah, I really find that concept to be amazing, right? I'm just thinking, like, whoever wants to win must beat one of the top point. I guess without a shadow of a doubt, they would have earned that position. But anyway, all that aside, 5 minutes on the clock, and Capelot 1, Baguettes 3 in terms of games, and we have 0-0 on the scoreboard, and it's kickoff. Already the ball is in the the Baguettes side of the pitch, and Capelot are making some aggressive actions. It looks like they're not relenting at all. Ghost trying to clear, but immediately Yalan is there to try to intercept that one. Kane as well getting in the way. Like, these guys aren't even letting the Baguettes clear the ball. Like, this is unrelenting. What do you think, Yubis? So far, it feels like the pace has gone to the Capelot side, right?
They could have figured a game plan against the Baguettes, and I feel like they have figured it out, and then they're employing every single tactic they can to shut down the Baguettes.
And so far, it seems to be working really well. The Baguettes are really struggling right now. Sometimes the defender even getting literally like numbered. So they're running all over the place. Anyway, ball once again on Baguette's side, and now it's finally back on the Capelot side. This doesn't happen very often, and they're able to clear it somewhat easily. But it's still worth mentioning. Anyway, Yalan now taking on 2 players. Ghost. Nice bit of defending and also a clear, also a setup. Talk about doing multiple things at once. Could this be a goal? Oh, nice save there. So, looks like the Baguettes are also improving their play, Yuben.
Yeah, the Baguettes are getting better, but we are seeing Capelot perform even better. I mean, we saw Nyko just get a setup with 0 boost in. And I think he's already back as the 3rd man, and the rotation from Capelot's side has improved decently well.
I can definitely see that there's more deliberation in the way that they move, as you said. And man, look at that defense. They're not letting anything through. And it's very, very exciting to see. What a team, what a play, and what a game. Anyway, they're now able to clear the ball finally. That was a little dangerous for Capelot. The Baguettes doing quite well on the attack. But now it's the Baguettes' turn to defend, and we will see what they can come up with. Looks like they did it pretty well. The ball once again goes back to the Capelot side. They can't relax for a moment. Nyclo waiting patiently, trying to clear the ball, sending it towards the goal. Could this be one? Nope, the defender does not let it through. And now Kane trying to set something up. It's becoming a lot more evenly matched, wouldn't you say, Yuben?
Yeah, no, it's like a actual 50-50 game, because neither team has the advantage, because Capelot stabilized their whole rotation and is playing as well as the Baguettes, not making any mistakes either.
Which, from a spectator's perspective, it's just the best thing ever, because we like to see teams that are really good perform really well. So to see both teams doing really well with neither team making obvious mistakes or being on the back foot or just not having their form, that would be sad, especially on the semi-final. But hey, both teams are playing exceptionally well, and finally, 1 minute 58 seconds left on the clock, and the Baguettes score the first one. Yube, where did Capalot go wrong in that one?
I'd say they just got outplayed by Ghost with his setup. He just won that 1v2 challenge, and Voidwise are just there for the cleanup. So I'd say Baguettes, like, so far they're doing really good. Like, they're doing really good, and Capalot finally matched them, but then again, the Baguettes pulled a fast one on them.
They definitely did, and oh, what a narrow miss for Capalot. That could have been a goal. But hey, that's the Baguettes for you. You can't sleep on them at all. Oh, just now, I think one of the members of the Baguettes went for the boost, and it resulted in Capalot intercepting, but luckily the Baguettes are able to counter it without something bad happening. The ball now very much in the midfield, not really moving either way before it finally goes to the Capalot side of the pitch. I want to see that equalizer, mostly because I want to see this match become more and more even, so I'm hoping that Capalot are able to come up with something clever. What do you think that they should do to counter the Baguettes right now?
Well, I'd say they need to shut down Ghost, because Ghost is doing a lot of damage against Capalot.
Oh, that was a double commit on the defense there, but nothing came of it, unfortunately. And the ball now going towards the Baguette side of the pitch, towards the goal. 45 seconds on the clock, and it looks like Ghost is still not being shut down, so he's able to have free reign all over the pitch as he wants, and they're taking advantage of it. I'm amazed at the fact that we're getting a match this close, and with like literally 1-0, you know? Probably. Who knows? Maybe they'll equalize. But my point is, it's come to like less than 25 seconds with 1-0 on the scoreboard, and that says a lot, right? Oh, could this be?
Yeah,
oh, what a whiff! There, you don't get an opportunity like that again. Yube, what do you think?
Yeah, they whiffed really hard in front of the goal, which is kind of free. So I don't think they'll ever get a chance like that in this match.
Yeah, that was amazing, but unfortunately they couldn't really nail that one. And 3, 2, 1, the ball is still alive, I guess, and now it's not. The Baguettes take their third one, which means that they're only one game away from victory. Capalot now suddenly in a very, very bad position. So, Yube, what do you think about Capalot's performance? What just happened?
Well, we saw Capalot kind of figuring out what the Baguettes what the game plan was, but then the Baguettes kind of turned out that they changed the strat, and Ghost and Voidweiser was doing a lot of damage against Capalot. Rusty, we're not seeing the performance we're supposed to see from him, but at least he's holding down as the third man and doing a lot of defense. So Baguette's performing really well. Capalot, much to be desired from their offense. But Nyclo, he is always ready, really goal hungry, but we're not seeing that many goals as we did last night.
No, we're definitely not. I guess that also says a lot about how good the Baguettes are as a team, right? And I have a thought. Do you think that it's possible that Rusty is basically holding back a little bit because they do have potentially 3 matches to play if they are able to overcome Capalot right now? Do you think that might be a strategy that they're employing, because they might not get as much rest, because it's going to be 3 continuous matches?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really hard for whoever wins this match to take a match from Juice Juice and then take another match from Juice Juice. So I guess they could be preserving, getting mentally fortified for whatever's coming. But then again, if they leave everything reserved, Capalot's going to take advantage of it. So
you can't hesitate, right?
Yeah.
All right, and hey, look at that. We have 5 minutes on the clock, and it's time to go. The Baguettes now have won 3 games to Capalot's 1. So that means that the Baguettes, if they win this one, that's it for them. They win the entire match. But Capalot need to win 3 games in a row to stand any chance against them.
Oh, Ghost with a really impressive dribble in the midfield.
Yeah, that's the sort of play that would definitely make Capalot nervous. Ghost always, I've noticed, is pretty good on the dribble, right?
Yeah, but tonight we're seeing him dribble really well and doing a lot of dangerous setups and really good goals.
Definitely. I am looking forward to seeing whether Ghost is able to keep this pace going, because so far, it might be some of the best playing we've seen him do all tourney, which is something you mentioned before as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, Rusty probably in the back chilling, but maybe getting ready for the match against Juice Juice.
Ooh, Void Weiser with the goal. Let's take a look at that replay. Yeah, Rusty is definitely the third man on this match. But I'm hoping to see some more from him as well.
Yeah, just now you saw Voidweiser and his very superior positioning really comfortably just got a long shot goal in.
These players really trust each other very much to be able to do this kind of positioning and these kind of shots, right? Because you gotta really believe that the other man's gonna be there. Oh, and what a near miss that was. Anyway, Capelot now once again re-energized, hopefully, trying to make something happen and score a goal, the equalizer. They need it super bad and super soon. 3 minutes, 43 seconds and counting, and the ball is dangerously close to the Capelot goal. Looks like the Baguettes very much have control of the pace in the game.
I mean, so far, yeah, the Baguettes have been more successful with their offense, and they have been controlling the pace a lot more than Capelot.
I guess... Oh, and Rusty scores. I guess he heard us talking about him. Alright, Rusty, fair enough. That was a goal. What do you think, Yube? Nice setup there by Void.
I mean, it's Rusty, and he always find a way in, even if there's like two defenders. So they need to find a way to shut him down before they make all the setups for them. And we're not seeing much of a team play from Capelot, I guess, because they're not really organized. They did clean up in the comms a little bit. That's what I think.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I'm also noticing that we're seeing individual players make really good saves or really good shots, but we're not really seeing nice setups, nice pass plays, anything like that. So maybe these guys are kind of panicking, and it's causing them to scramble rather than like move around in any organized sort of way. And look at that! Voidweiser with the third goal, 2 minutes 59 seconds in. Looks like it's gonna be the Baguettes, Yube. I mean, at least based on the play that we're seeing. Sorry?
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be the return of the brunch tonight.
Yeah, looks like. I look forward to it if that is the case, you know? Any excuse to make all those food and breakfast jokes. Anyway, looks like the Baguettes, another dangerous attempt on the Capelot goal. Almost immediately, they're putting pressure on Capelot, even with a bunch of demo plays. I guess the Baguettes really just have the game in the palm of their hands right now.
Yeah, they seem to be control of every match and really composed throughout the whole series. So I guess the Baguettes really deserve this win. Meanwhile, Capelot scrambling around a little bit. No, not much team play here and there.
Yeah, that's what's really sad to see, because we saw this superior quality or superior level of play from them yesterday, just last night. And they did 2 matches back to back, perfectly swept them both up, knocking out one of the teams that we thought surely would be a finalist in this tourney. And yet now, we're seeing something very different from them. So,
yeah,
what do you think is going on?
I mean, on the Baguette side, normally you'd see a hole in their defense, but that's not what we're seeing tonight. They're not giving any space or any boost to Capelot so they can get any leverage to make plays. So we're seeing Capelot employ a lot of good tactics and a lot of good plays, and rarely any mistakes from their side. They seem to be in top form, and they need to be, because they're going to go up against Juice Juice, one of the most terrifying teams throughout the whole tournament.
Again, right? Because the Baguettes, Juice Juice is the reason why the Baguettes is even in the low bracket. But that's going to be pretty exciting to see. And it is, as you say, hey, we're definitely seeing the Baguettes play really well without any holes in their defense. There's not even any weakness in their rotation as far as I can see. They just seem to be on point all the time, and it's enthralling to see, really, a team play at this high level of skill. Could this be another goal? Nope. Yalant sends it all the way to the other side. Could this be a goal? I guess not. Voidweiser grabs the ball, 1 minute remaining, and the question is, can they score 3 goals in a minute? Based on the level of play I'm seeing right now, I'm gonna say no. It looks like the Baguettes might be taking this one, and I mean, I think they totally earned this one. What do you say, Yube?
I mean, the Baguettes deserve to go to the finals after this type of play, and I'm not like hating on Capelot. They've done really well, but the Baguettes seem to be in top form, and they're not giving any chances to lose this match.
Well, it looks like Capelot heard us talking smack, and they have 1 goal. 28 seconds on the clock, and Kane scores that one, Yube. One of those unconventional goals, right? What do you think?
That was Rusty trying to defend an open net, and he kind of got it in. A big miscalculation on the Baguette side.
So that might be the turning point, but I guess we will see. These guys have less than 20 seconds to make 2 goals happen, and I mean, it's not impossible, but I think it would be fair to say it's highly improbable.
Yeah, but it looks like the Baguettes are just going in for a goal.
Ooh, 4th goal for the Baguettes, and we are now back to square one. There is no way that these guys can pull off 3 goals in 12 seconds, I think, but hey, stranger things have happened. Either way, looks like the Baguettes are comfortably sweeping through, Juve.
Yeah, they seem really comfortable, and I think they're just ready to take on Juice. And hopefully, we'll see them take at least one series, hopefully. But who's to say Juice has not improved and is gonna possibly take down the Baguettes? Who knows?
Yes, and that last ball though, that was almost a goal. If they had like 1 second more, it would have been a goal. But hey, that is the score right there. And it looks like it is the Baguettes, Juve. Capalot loses, and the Baguettes win 4-1. So let's talk overall. So what do you think about this match overall?
Well, we did not see the goal scorer from Capalot's side. We did not see Nyclo doing a lot of crazy things, mostly Kane, carrying the team. But on the Baguette side, we see all the players pulling their weight, everybody bringing in what they can bring into the table. White Weiser with his superior positioning, and Rusty with those aerials. But then we saw Ghost with a lot of dribbles, a lot of own setups for himself, and a lot of solo goals. So yeah, the Baguettes are ready to go up against Juice.
I'm totally with you there. Based on the play that we've seen from the Baguettes recently, I was actually really worried that they would not be in their top form. But based on this match, as you said, they're totally ready to take on the final. I suppose the question now that we should be all asking ourselves is, can they keep up this momentum? 2 matches, 1 more match, or at least 2. Wait, what am I saying? Can they keep up this momentum for 1 or 2 more matches ongoing without cracking under the pressure?
I mean, well, that's all up to speculations, but I feel like the Baguettes is going to show one hell of a match against EU and Juice.
And it's fantastic because they did have the brunch, as we've called it the last time. So this is kind of like a revenge match, knocking down to the lower bracket. It's like saying, yeah, you thought you could knock me down, but I'm back. And that being said, before we end things and go for a break, I think we should take a moment to, caps off for Capalot. That was not the best performance, but we have seen some phenomenal performances throughout the tournament. What a way to get knocked out for such a young team. What do you think, Juve?
I mean, congratulations for Capalot for coming all this way, and thank you for showing us this level of play and such dedication to the game. So hope you guys come to other tournaments and possibly get, better.
And considering that you guys are pretty young as well, I'm looking forward to seeing more and more excellence as the days go by. So to think that you start from this level, I can't even imagine where you're gonna go. Anyway, congratulations Capalot for coming all this way, and I guess that makes him the 3rd team, so congratulations for that as well. But that leaves us with the Baguettes versus Juice. And Aksam is definitely gonna be happy. So we'll talk to him a little bit more after we return from a short break. We need a break after that match. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to type GG in the chat. This is day 19 of Dhiraagu Supersonic.
Nothing's gonna stop me. Hey, yeah. Nothing's gonna stop me. Feeling so right. Nothing's gonna stop me. Hey, yeah. Nothing's gonna stop me. pizzata buona, buona pizza buona. Visnata, non c'è hene, pizza cagna, pizza buona. Pizzata buona, buona pizza buona. Visnata, non c'è hene, pizza cagna, pizza buona. Rahamire, hamagam dudalla, iraloi bebe, hit go fadda, banta taza, kam go furala, delivery ni kang avas bulala. Inesume sume nueng, hateng nueng. Male, tine fai nueng, hateng nueng. Ulu male, pizzata buona, buona pizza buona.
Kablooian, we are back after such a hectic semi-final, but it turned out like not exactly how I expected it, not exactly how I hoped it, and so, in a way, kind of like ended up with Moonis taking his cap off halfway into the match as well. No, I noticed
Close
it.
to my heart, but they lost. So hats off to Capelite. Caps off.
Well done. Well done. Like that was not a close match. It was something that the Baguettes are finally bringing back to the table, what they used to do, right? And I saw that happen after a long while, and I feel like, you know what, they all, you know how those gamers, they just kind of like sit straight in the chair and things are gonna get real. Things are gonna go down.
So far they're leaning back, and now it's like,
Yep. I guess it just got real.
Yeah, that was least to say would be interesting, but before we get to that, a few things I would like to mention. Everybody, I forgot to say this in the earlier segment, but type GG in the chat. I know it doesn't sound like the coolest idea, but the prizes are the coolest you'll get today. It's a Mando Musk case for one winner and a free pizza from Pizza Bona for another winner. Okay, 2 winners every night. Tonight's the last night to do it, guys. If you don't do it, you're missing out. You are, because on this Rocket League tournament that we are going through, Dhiraagu Supersonic by Glitch Gaming, every time you miss out, you might lose out. And that's what happened with Capelot against the Baguettes. So, like, technically, the match was, how can I say, a high level of skill to an extent, but I personally felt like Capelot was just put into a corner and just beaten down. What do you think?
well, I think...
yeah.
Well, I think the Baguettes were in top form. This is what we've been seeing in the group stages. What we did not see in the knockout stage, but then they brought it back to the semi-finals because they were up against Juice, and we saw Rusty leaning a little bit back, but all the other players leaning forward and then playing really well. I mean, did you see those dribbles by Ghost? I mean, those were insane. And I'd say, like, the Baguettes, the way they're playing now, they could actually give Juice a run for their money.
Yep, because that's the brunch we're going in for. It was heavy on the Juice the last time, but this time we're expecting to see something different, because if the Baguettes keep up this level of play, remember, the Baguettes just beat a team who utterly destroyed EVG and Storm on their way here. Two teams that were really powerful, all right? Two teams with players like Astro, Trezzo, Nizo, all these O's going, and it sounds like when everybody goes through a near miss in a match, Mooney's watching. Oh, I wanted to say that.
It just kind of makes my heart stop for a second, It's just like so exciting. And just to talk a little bit more about the last match that we just saw as well, Capelot showed some fantastic play, as you said, to come here, right? But somehow it just seems like the Baguettes basically outclassed them and outlasted them.
Yep.
They just got outplayed in every way, but I do think that Capelot still have a long way to go, so I'm looking forward to seeing them come back, learn from this.
And maybe when they join the next tourney, what do you think, Yube? What are they gonna do? They're a young team, right?
Well, by the time the next tournament's up, they're probably grinding. They learned a lot from these mistakes, and they're going to come with a lot of vengeance.
I am wondering now, right, at the end, seeing their performance, what do you think is like the main focus for them right now in terms of weakness?
For Capella.
Well,
Yeah, for Capelot.
I would say to keep their cool and mostly work on their rotations. That's what we see. But individual skill, they're all really good. And I'd say mechanically, there's a lot more to be desired. A lot more like aerial action I'd like to see from them. But overall, they are a really solid team, and I'm glad they came all the way up here.
It was an honor to have seen them progress so far. And this is a little bit of a behind the scenes kind of thing. All of the players in Capelot are related, like they have brothers who play for some of the other top teams who played in this tourney.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Brothers who were defeated by them on some occasions, by the
Oh
way.
my goodness. I wish we had known that, because that is super dramatic. Love that.
It's such a family feud moment, but to know that even though Legacy Esports is gone from the tourney, we are seeing a development of a legacy once again, right? Of Rocket League players.
Yeah. I guess it runs in the family.
Yes, it does. And for the next match, the match that we have all been waiting for, it is the brunch.
Part 2.
Yes.
Return of the brunch.
Return of the brunch.
We need a catchy subtitle, y'all. So before this analysis is done, I think we need to land on something. But for now, it's Brunch 2, Electric Boogaloo.
I mean, we're talking about the matches and how people have developed themselves over, and basically what I would like to mention is that in us as well, the people who are doing the commentating, the hosting, and the analysis is we're doing this not for the first time technically, but we're kind of new to this, and we've been learning a lot as we've been going on as well. So I wanted to kind of get a vibe, kind of get a message from someone who's actually been doing this for the past 2 years professionally, having hosted at least 10 international Rocket League tournaments, all right, hosted it, commentated an analysis as well, and also someone who is NRG's official caster. Guys, I'm talking about someone who has played Rocket League for 4 years initially, but retired, came back as an analyst like you, obviously, as we were saying. So someone whose footsteps you could be following. I am talking about James Bott. All right, so I'm not I couldn't get him on the same call as me, but he's on another channel right now. So we're gonna be swinging over to him in just a bit, guys. There's a lot we can learn from this guy. Okay, this is international. We're going international, boys and girls. Yes, what's on the internet stays on the internet, and I'm glad that we're doing this right now. So let's say hello to James Bott.
Hello, everybody. James Bott here. You may know me from the RLCS broadcasts or the NRG Grid broadcasts, or maybe you've caught my Twitch stream, which rarely ever happens. But regardless, I just wanted to take a moment and offer some encouragement for all the players in the Asia region that are hopeful about the future of Rocket League esports in their region. Glitch Gaming, first off, thank you for reaching out and letting me know what's going on with the Dhiraagu Supersonic event. I hope all the competitors have an amazing time. I did have a chance to catch some of the VOD, and it reminded me of what I was doing before the existence of RLCS with Cloud Fuel and the Rocket League Central crew back in the day. It was an all-volunteer effort, and we were just doing Rocket League events because we loved it. And, fast forward to now, it actually took off. RLC, a lot of the people from RLC got hired, whether it was for Twitch or for commentating. Cloudfuel even still works at Twitch to this day on the Twitch Rivals team. And Wavepunk, you know him, one of the best casters in the game, also the Twitch Rivals host. But sometimes your passions and your hard work do lead to something bigger. There's obviously never a promise, but there's always a hope that there is a brighter future. And I believe that brighter future is out there, especially for global Rocket League esports support and expansion. Obviously, I need to take a moment and stress the fact that I am not speaking on behalf of anyone any organization, not Psionics. I'm not speaking on behalf of the RLCS. I am speaking purely on behalf of myself. These are my opinions and my thoughts and my words. So do not, don't get me in trouble. These are my words. So after saying that, I do want to offer encouragement, though, because from my experience and from my viewpoint, top to bottom, everyone in Rocket League esports wants this game to go global. They want to expand access to this game. And now it's free to play. It's no longer behind any sort of paywall. It's free to play. And we want to see this game take the world like wildfire. And honestly, it feels like it's doing that. I've been watching esports and competing for pretty much all of my adult life. Even when I was a teenager, I loved going to Halo 2 lands, playing in competitions on LAN, and Halo 3 as well. I just loved it. I loved competing, and I've watched a lot of games rise to great success. And I truly believe that Rocket League is in a better position than any game to be the biggest esport in the world, and that is global. And although there is not anything official right now in many regions of the world, in my personal opinion, it's only a matter of time. And it's a hard thing to say because I know how much people want that support. I know how much it means to them to have their favorite game have a pathway for them to become a professional and to make this a living. And I do think it's just a matter of time. And I wish that I could expedite it, but I can't do much more than what I can do. And I do want to make this video, this message, to just offer a little bit of encouragement, because I do think it is going to happen at some point. And if you look at the track record for all of the new regions that have been added, a lot of times you see that there are groups in those regions that step up to help be that hub for events in their region. And then once they identify themselves as being able to run a tight ship, then it opens up possibilities for partnership and integration into the broader RLCS ecosystem. And again, these are my words. These are not any official words. This is just my thoughts and my observations. So I think it's amazing what you are all doing, what Glitch Gaming is doing with the Dhiraagu Supersonic Cup. And I want to see more of that. And I want to support you guys with some love and some encouragement. And so to all you players and all you casters out there, if you love Rocket League and you love doing this, just keep on doing it, and you never know what the future has in store. Good luck.
Wow, that was really inspiring, guys. Like he offered us encouragement at the very least, but the most important thing he said was how like, even for him, it started off with Halo and then getting to play other online games, LAN games, and just keep doing what you love, and you end up somewhere like that. This guy is NRG's, like, he's part of the NRG family, and he's the top caster for Rocket League in the world right now. And to know that they had also started at humble beginnings like us, and for him to give us that recognition for having given Dhiraagu Supersonic by Glitch Gaming such a call out kind of warms my heart, guys, because Glitch Gaming isn't just about Rocket League. It's about all sorts of like online games and esports and other streaming and all of that fun, all of the things that we've grown to love about gaming, you know? And that was like, it was nostalgic for me to listen to that. And it's such an honor to be here, especially with you two. And I am hoping that we're gonna have an amazing final. Mooney, I think I'm gonna let you host for a bit because I need a moment.
All right. Well, as he's, this is we're basically on the cusp of the final of Dhiraagu Supersonic, day 19, right? And we're gonna jump into the final in a little bit. But before that, I think we should take a look at all the sponsors that basically brought us to this point. So if we could get that up on the screen, let's just go through them one more time so that we can kind of give them the recognition that they deserve. Starting with Mandu Mas for providing a sorted Mustalo case night after night as consistently as Justu scores goals. And same for Pizza Buono, just like the baguettes turn things around, they turn your frown upside down. I don't know where I'm going with this. But anyway, Print Lab is our print partner. Love the banners. And now tonight, we're going to see who gets to win eLife's MVP prize. And of course, there's Gizmo for making sure that we look and sound great for the stream. Thank you for that. And of course, who can forget, last but certainly not least, our title sponsor, Dhiraagu, who pretty much made this entire thing possible and whom we are extremely grateful. And of course, what a tourney. What a match, you know? Like, overall, I feel like we've seen fantastic Rocket League, and let's talk a little bit about what we've seen in the tournament so far, guys. And we're almost at the end, so maybe it's a good time to reflect. Let's start with the group stages. Let's talk about teams that you guys thought stood out. We're gonna start with Yube. What do you think? What are some of the earlier standout teams for you, and what went on as it happened?
Well, I'd say from Group D, that Group of Death, it was the most interesting matches. Every team from that, I would say, is knockout stage material. I wanted to see more of Quiz Esports, and it's really unfortunate they didn't make it. And on Group B, I would say I wanted to see more of Legacy Esport, but yeah, things didn't go well on their end. But then again, I'm really happy as to how the knockout stage, like all the teams that went to the knockout stage, they're well deserved. But there are some teams I would still like to see more of. That's what I'd say.
What about you, Aksam? Where did you fall when it came to the group stage?
For me,
14 days, right?
For me, what I kept on doing most of the time was taking a lot of notes about the matches, because I was learning more and more about these teams as they went on. I was trying to figure out what their style of play was. I started noticing that teams like Capalot and 13 had a sort of similarity in their play style, which belied the fact that they are people who play together, basically a second division team of the other one kind of thing, you know?
Right.
And another team that I really enjoyed watching was Duck as well. Duck played really well, as they had this kind of like finesse to how they were playing. And then last but not least, I would like to give a shout out to two main teams that inspired me during this tourney, during the group stage, and that's Clockwise and Wololo Esports. These two teams, as you can see, they've had an unblemished records of losses. Okay, this might sound sarcastic, but it also shows that they were there for the long run. They were in it for the whole 9 yards, and they made us feel like even though you're not the best at this game, as long as you're enjoying yourself and as long as you're consistently improving, you're gonna be up there in the top in time. And that's a little bit of what James Spot's been saying too. And I want to give them a big one up for that, for showing us that, hey, even though like you're starting out, even though you're like just learning the ropes, it's a game, you know. It's up to us to have fun, to get together as they did.
I totally agree with you there. And just to kind of build on what you said, I also really like that they did end up showing up to every match. At a certain point in the group stage, you would know whether you're getting knocked out or not based on your points, right? And we did see some teams that decided not to go for that last match. But these guys, despite the fact that they knew that these were not matches that would take them anywhere, they went for them. I think that shows a level of discipline, commitment, and also perhaps just a willingness to learn, you know? Going up against good teams, getting as much experience as you can, you're not going to get a tournament every other weekend, so might as well get it while the getting's good, right? And so Wololo Esports and Clockwise, I do think that they are definitely teams that will grow into something fantastic in the future. Let's talk a little bit more about the teams that have qualified now, right? We saw 8 teams, right? And eventually reduced to 3. So what are you guys' thoughts and feelings on how things went down here? Because it was unexpected as hell.
My biggest surprise was Vector not going anywhere near the semifinals, but Capalot Capalot going as far as they come. That is the biggest surprise I've seen.
for me, it's like I was told for a while from the technical team and the people who have known these teams personally as well that Vector was a team to look out for. And also something I would like to recap is that the Baguettes and Vector had played a show match before, an exhibition match before, and Vector had actually done what Mooney loves to see, which was a reverse sweep on the Baguettes. The
Yes.
Baguettes are in the final. Vector could not get there. Storm got kicked out. Profats got kicked out. 13 got kicked out, which was also really surprising. And then EVG, a team that we saw such a dynamic duo with that one character on the back, like basically running the whole game. This was Killing Player 1, this was Trezzo, this was Nizzo. 3 people I would love to give a shout out for. EVG was one of the teams that I really enjoyed watching as well. And then here we are, we're down to the final. A final that could become 2 matches, right?
Yeah, and
Possibly, yeah.
just in case anybody is not caught up in how that works, basically what we have is what we call a double elimination stage, right? So basically what that means is that when you're playing in the knockout stage, usually in any other sports, when you lose, you get knocked out of the tournament. But here, you fall to the lower bracket, which again gives you an opportunity to work your way to the final. And now we're in a situation where it's quite interesting. But before that, can we take a look at the prize pool to see what exactly it is that is being fought over in this last match, just so that everybody could remember what is at stake?
Let's take a look at the prize pool. Yeah.
Yeah, as you can all see here, we have a prize pool of 20k, and the first prize is what these guys are going to be fighting over right now. Not only give them bragging rights, but it also gives them 10,000 rupiah worth of bragging rights. And it is exciting. Whoever does lose does stand to win 7,000 as well, and I guess now we know that Capalot is going to be taking the 3k, the third prize, back home. But anyway, it's a lot that's on stake here, you know, it's a lot that's at stake here. So let's talk a little bit about this upcoming match. Let's go a little bit deep into it. I'm going to hand it over to you guys and talk a little bit more, right? So tell me, Yube, what do you expect from this match?
Well, what I expect from this match would be Juice. You know, we've seen them constantly perform at a level which is top tier and, you know, like final, like they deserve to be in the final at that level of play. But if they don't show any improvement, maybe they don't have the chance against a team like Baguette, because the Baguettes have shown a lot of improvement and a lot of like they have improved rotation wise. Like there is no more hole in their defense, which normally Juice exploited the heck out of. So now I want to see what Juice is going to do against the new and improved Baguettes.
What about you, Aksam? Where do you fall on this? You usually are a big Baguettes fan, right?
And I still am. Even tonight, I am not biased. I'm not going to be biased when I talk about them as the match goes on. But at least until now, the Baguettes have been my favorite team to watch, next to Clockwise actually, and Wallalo. So for these teams, and coming down to the Baguettes in the finals right now, what I'm expecting to see is basically Juice sort of doing what they do best, which is assessing the situation as the match starts, seeing where everybody's rotations are, and then just completely annihilating the team as they go on. And Juice is what they've been doing consistently, and I think their adaptability, their rotations, and their players are their strengths. We've got Ruff, we got Yogurt, we've got Humus as well. I keep confusing Humus because Humus used to be known by another name during another tourney. More on that later. Yeah. So these 3 people are people that we have seen become like superhuman in the way they react to situations as well. So that's one part. And like you said, we are seeing the new and improved Baguettes, hopefully. And let's hope that they don't get burnt on their way out of the oven. That's all I've got to say.
Hey, and you know, for a person who was very less experienced in Rocket League, you sure have a lot to say after these 20 days. And I'm really loving to see it. I feel like you've grown as a person who appreciates Rocket League really well. Love to see it, right? And that is why I'm actually thinking for the final, how about you give us some of your thoughts on how things go? I would love to hear what you think as a commentator as well. I'm going to try to do your job and greet you guys on the other side, but I'm definitely going to be paying attention to what you're talking about. I would love to hear your take on it.
on it. Okay, so like from the bleachers to the glass box. Okay, let's do this. I think we
There's
can do
room
this.
in here enough for one, especially who loves Rocket League as much as you do. So please go ahead, and I would love to see your take on it. And Yube as well. Take care of this guy. He's learned a lot.
But yeah, I'll try my best.
We'll catch you in a bit, Mooney.
All right.
All right, Juve. Tonight's the night. We got the finals ahead of us. We've got the option of having 2 matches being played. This is a bit of a gamble right now. Do you think like the Baguettes has the energy to play their second and hopefully their third match tonight?
Well, it's a do or die situation right now, so the Baguettes have no chance but to keep playing, to keep a good mentality throughout the whole thing, and hopefully we're going to see a really, really intense match.
Well, we're about to start off, and then here we go. We've got 5 minutes on the clock, and already Humas is taking the lead. He's building up on the backboard, and then we are seeing the ball kind of on the side of the Baguettes. They're losing that momentum that they had in the last match, but then again, only 15 seconds into the match, Rusty is in the air with his airstrike. With a little bit
That
of
was a
backboard
really
setup.
nice hit.
I feel like it's too early to judge the game because currently they don't have the pacing for it, because look at that. Juice opens the final match 30 seconds into the game with a gentle nudge by Humas.
We've seen Humas like since the kickoff, like he's been really pressuring it in for the Baguettes, and I like that dribble play where he just won that challenge against 3 players from the Baguette side.
Humas
And
is
Humas
being
scored again.
nasty. Humas is being nasty. He just went in for a kickoff where everybody else was faking it, and here we are kind of seeing this might even be a technical issue. We're keeping our eye on that. There might be a ping issue on this side as well, but then again, so far so good. The players aren't. Oh yeah, we're having a technical issue. We might have to call for a restart of this match, but I think we leave it to the teams to decide whether it's going to be a restart of the entire series. But yeah, we're just having to have a sort of retake on this. I just noticed that basically this is something that happens in Rocket League when you're playing online. If you're not playing LAN, this sort of issue usually props up. Sometimes your internet connection might have issues. Your PS or your console, whichever you're playing on, might have issues as well. And as usual, what we do, that was Jesse right behind me. That was my boss, guys. Today, everybody's on my screen. I'm loving it. And we're having a bit of a moment to kind of... I think we'll be starting at 0-0. It was like 30 seconds in, Yube. What your thoughts? Do you feel it's fair? Because this is
Well,
online
I'd
as
say, I'd say it's fair to give Humas his first goal, but I mean, he did earn that one in my opinion. But then the other one, the kickoff, like nobody was ready for it. 2 players were just sitting there. So maybe give just their first goal, because Humas, like we don't normally see him this aggressive, but he is really in it for these goals. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
According to the group chat, we're seeing that the team was actually very badly lagged in the first goal as well. So if both teams agree on it, if Juice agrees as well, we'll be starting with the 0-0. So that's basically, I think that's going to be the decision here. And yeah, they're asking if it's going to be a full match restart. But in the meantime, we've had these sort of technical issues before as well. A few matches where even teams have conceded to restarting the entire series as well. I forgot to mention earlier, guys, this is a best out of 7, which means that if it's a good night, and I'm betting it's going to be a good night, we might see 14 games being played if both teams really pull their weight. How much of a chance is there that we're going to go through that, Yube?
I'd say that would be 60% chance that's the case. Who knows?
Well, I'm bad at math, so I'm not going to take the risk of calculating that. But I'm expecting
Yeah,
that.
you just try not to jinx it.
Yes, that's the first thing we notice, right? As soon as I start like giving my opinions about this, I kind of like jinx whichever team might even had one or whatever, So like right now
You
we
could
are.
jinx the whole tournament, and Volo could just come and sweep in the final.
That could happen. That I don't know. Don't want to say that is gonna happen. Okay, so the decision is final. Both teams have unanimously agreed to start the entire series once again at 0-0. So maybe the ping test earlier did not exactly resolve these issues, but hopefully this is gonna be resolved right now. Yeah, everything looks good. We've got Rough with 0 ping. I just want to mention that we are now switching to the match. All right, 5 minutes on the clock. This is the final once again. I know I promised you guys 2 matches, but don't count this as the second match because we're just starting this series
Oh, we are
off right
seeing
now.
the mechanical wizard showing off his air ripples already this soon into the game.
All right, Void Visor is doing what he does best with those setups, and ooh, look at that deflection off the
And
back.
his positioning is really good. Every time he's just waiting for the ball to and he's just like, yo.
Rusty with that little tap goes in, but Ghost manages to take that score. That was a beautiful build-up. Yeah, Rusty didn't manage a tap on that. Ghost with that aerial lift-off. Rusty just getting in there just for the finesse. I think he went in for a bump that he managed to help out, and there goes Baguettes with 1-0 to Juice Juice. Just 27 seconds into the match, guys, and this is promising to be really interesting. Getting a lot of midfield control, and Baguette seems to have their tempo back on board. Yep, I did notice it, right. They had that ping issue. Is that a goal? That was quite a save by Humas. Humas usually plays on the back foot all the way at the end, but when he does come in and score, you've seen how fantastic he can get.
Yeah, I mean, his scoring is really different compared to his teammates. I guess that's what the Baguettes weren't expecting from him. Mostly he is the third man, but I guess they're switching it up for the first few matches, maybe, trying a new strat.
Yeah, hopefully, because with that opening shot on Humas, we talk about you, and like the devil he walks in. There is the opening goal by Juice, like for Juice in this match right now, and basically this.
I like how he did a turnaround in the midfield and then just knocked the ball into the goal.
All right, we're getting a lot of attempts on the side of Juice right now.
Nice backboard defense.
Yeah, Juice is trying something different in this match. A lot of their defensive formation, like you said, goes towards the back, and I think that's just trying to make the Baguettes kind of overcommit into the match as well. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you can defend the backboard, then you can make a good counter attack. But then again, it kind of leaves the goal line, a little.
We're talking about
open.
counter attacks, and look at that gentle
Yeah.
tap by Ghost. It was an aerial challenge that that required a pre-jump as well. This was very well done, guys.
I mean, so far we've seen Ghost in top form tonight. He's got a lot of goals in. I'm surprised that he hasn't shot more goals in yet.
And that was a nasty comeback by Ruff. You can see like there was so many challenges in the midfield just then. Humas bounces off the backboard. Ruff jumped a day early, and he still managed to tap it in. This is the level of skill we're talking about.
I mean, it's Raph, so it's to be expected from him.
Yeah. Raph likes it rough, I can see that, man. Rusty with the gentle tap just to build up, and now we're seeing the ball kind of move back, but Ghost with that header.
Ghost with another. Damn, Ghost is in top form tonight. He is actually giving Juice the run for their money.
Ghost just came in for the haunting. I wonder who conjured him up.
Yeah, do you think this new tactic from Juice is working out for them, or maybe they're just a little bit too rusty with it?
I feel like sometimes, like Juice, like I said, takes the earlier matches to kind of learn the opponents. And the Baguettes used to have that overcommitment issue when they were playing earlier, like the match they played before with Capalot. But Void Visor jumps right in and just pushes it on that flip side. Look at that gorgeous build-up. Nobody could have seen it. Ruff with that backflip trying to deflect it. No game, man. It was a close save, but no cigar. Now
the
it's really
kickoff.
powerful kickoff. Yeah, I mean we're having another kickoff goal. I think Juice is like capitalizing on this ability of them.
Even the pre-jumps, I mean, Raph is really good with these.
What are they doing? Like I think like one thing we noticed about Juice even the earlier matches is that how, like I think Moonis was the one who pointed it out that each time they come to the last minute, Juice just hammers in the wins. I love what that like aerial touch by Rough right just then that takes a little bit of skill. No man, I'm kidding. That takes a lot of skills to do that. We're seeing some more build-ups. Humas builds it up on the backboard, and Yogurt jumps in, airstrike. He misses that one, but Raf helps him out with another build-up. Is Humas gonna step in? Third man does not. Oh, he does. He just slips himself into the cracks, and Raf with that attempt. One more. We are equalized.
I mean, Juice really bringing in the air game here with Raph continuously hammering in all these shots. I guess they cornered the baguettes in those last like seconds or that minute. Clearly making a lot of setups. They didn't even give them a chance to clear, or they didn't give them any space at all. Just breathing down their neck.
I feel like the baguettes is kind of like trying to emulate what Juice has been doing with how can I say early kickoff attempts. Ghost go like I was about to say Ghost, but then again, Ghost just jumped in early as well, and now we're seeing the play kind of very equally divided between the two teams. Another long shot backboard attempt, but Ghost swoops in. He takes it. Humas on the sides, but it was really nicely cleared out by Rusty. Ball's untouched.
I mean, we're
Rusty
seeing
goes in.
a lot of openings in both sides' defense, but then again, Yogurt seems very tame so far. Maybe he's just waiting for the next matches to pop off.
Just then, Void Weiser wanted to kind of like exploit a little opening, but he missed that attempt, and now he's back on the goal line. I love the rotations on these teams, guys. Like this level of movement and communication is what we've learned to love about Rocket League. Rusty building it up on the sidewalls. Is he gonna go in? No, he just got demolition. So Void Weiser stepping in to take his place. Ghost kind of like jumping in and kissing the ball a little bit. He couldn't make too much of it. The save was gorgeous. Ball is back on Juice side. It's kind of neutral on this line as well, bouncing back and forth. Yogurt with that airstrike, and he did it.
He's not tame now, is he? He really unleashed there.
This might sound odd to say, but I feel like time is what helps Yogurt, you know, because it took a while for him to get fermented. Here we are,
Yeah, but-
5-4, man. 37 seconds left in this match.
I didn't think this would be such a goal-heavy match, honestly. But both teams are bringing in their game, like a lot of offense, a little bit lackluster in the defense, but I guess both teams are really excited to win.
I feel like they're putting in their most effort into offense in the first match, regardless of who wins, because both teams have the abilities. What was that flip by Ghost? I don't know what he miscalculated there. But yeah, both teams seem to be spending each other's energy as much as possible, because best out of 7, the later it gets, the more intense it gets. Do you think there could be a chance for an equalizer? The ball's still in the air. It's 0 seconds right now. Another touch by Juice with that save.
I like how Juice adjusted their rotations on time, you know, like after the equalizer, they need to get one more goal in, and then that's how they won this match.
Can I tell you a little fun fact? Well, in this tourney so far, Yogurt has scored, I think, 45 goals.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of goals. I think there's a lot of goals.
Yeah, like 42, no, 43 then, because with that one goal in that match. Oh, Ghost with 45. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, with the last match as well. Ghost
I
with
mean,
that
Ghost so
45
far
lead.
has been a really good goal scorer, and we saw a lot of goals from him even tonight.
And you can see that Ghost is really powerful on the attack. So, does it make sense for him to rotate completely? Like, do you think half rotations would work for him against Juice?
Well, I'd say don't leave the back too open, because Raph could just hit it from anywhere and get it in. And we've seen Humas like with a lot of dribble plays. So I'd say leaving anything open from the Vegas side is just going to be really dangerous because Juice will instantly capitalize on it.
Yeah, that's true. Juice is known to be vicious in the way they bite back. And we're about to go into the second game of this series. Best out of 7, so this still doesn't show who's going to win this tourney. And let me remind everyone who's watching, if the Baguettes win this match, Juice gets a revival of sorts, and the final would repeat it. So, once again. And the winner of that match is going to decide who is the champion of Rocket League here. And now we're starting off with a little bit of a back and forth, but obviously Humas, you outdo us. That open shot though. Does he like chant something that makes the goal just completely empty itself by the time he makes a move?
Maybe tonight he's on some kind of, I don't know, like performance enhancing juice.
Yeah, I feel like he might be playing with the FOV that we're not even sure about, because for him to have seen that a mile away and take that shot, well done, Humas. And Juice now leads with 1-0, 30 seconds into the match.
I mean, it could come from Juice's side. They always find a way to the ball after the clears. Like they're ready to score all the time. And Raf is such a clutch player. I mean, he shows up when Juice needs him the most. Like instantly, he just comes in and gets a goal or two in.
Oh my God, that was close. That was another attempt, and
so many attempts
on the side.
I mean, it's bound to open, but it looks
that
like
was
it's
an air demolition. Oh my God! Like I nearly expected a goal there, Juve.
Yeah, same. Honestly, I thought it was going to go for a goal. I'm surprised Juice will ever defend that one.
And that's what Juice is doing right with their defensive rotations. They have been impeccable in this match. Like in the last match, obviously we saw both of the teams really up the ante on the offense, but right now Juice might be taking it slow. They might not want to play those two matches. They might just want to secure their win on this one.
Yeah, I mean, these split second decisions, it's just really interesting because, like, both teams are making, like, these decisions so fast. So I'd say this is, like, the most top-tier play we've seen so far.
And also, one more thing I've noticed in the kickoffs, in the knockout stage, is that Yogurt has been doing a lot more rotations in the back comparatively, like to the matches they played earlier, and he's been doing really well with his deflections.
Yeah, we've noticed mostly Raf on the offensive side and Yogurt going a little bit as a third man, a lot of defensive rotation on his side. But I guess like they're playing to their strengths now.
That's true, and we can see that Humas has got his strength on as well. Raf chasing that ball to the back, Humas makes him move forward, and there is a shot on the side of the Baguettes, but they could not make anything out of it because, like I said, Yogurt's right there. Everybody's home, guys. Another attempt by Ghost from a mile away. Could not make anything out of it yet, and they're rotating back. Baguettes they still have their composure. That's something I'm really glad to see. Rusty going in on a 1v2 on the side, but he couldn't make anything of it. Ghost controlling the ball in the midfield, dribbling it forward, but obviously Yogurt can see it coming. Yogurt could not.
So close.
Yogurt saw it coming, but could not see where it was gonna go, because with that deflection by the goal line, now the ball is open. It's a little bit neutral on the side of the Baguettes, but obviously that's bad sign. That means everybody on the Juice side are loaded up for a shot.
Is there a double commit on the defense?
I feel like it was. And now we're seeing...
It's probably the first one we've seen so far from the Baguette side. Is the pressure getting onto them? Maybe losing a little bit of confidence?
Maybe so, because just then you saw how Voidweiser was setting it up in the middle, but Rusty could not take that shot. He missed it. It wasn't even bumped out of the way. Ghost going for a setup on the side. He's stealing all the boost on the side as well. He does a demolition. He's making space, but the space was not enough. And Rusty falling back, rotating back. Voidweiser as well. Ghost, everybody's on the back.
The goal seems really open on the Baguette side.
It does, but I feel like it's because the team's rotating so fast we can't even notice what they're doing sometimes. We're getting Yogurt with his usual airstrike. Did he make anything out of it? No, it pinched right the way back.
Ref trying to make a good player. Intercepted.
Ghost with that really cool 50-50 on the ceiling. Void Vicer tried to stop his opponents coming in, but Ghost just glides in like the Casper he is. Void Vicer takes an aerial shot, could not make it work. And the ball's low and slow. Rusty's trying to bounce it off the walls. Yogurt goes in.
Yeah, the Baguettes were really holding Juice down on that corner right there. But I feel like they are getting a clear.
I think you're right, Ubeda, because there was a double commit in the midfield, something I have not seen the Baguettes do. Kind of like throws the rotation off. Another double commit in air. What are they doing? Like Discord crashed for them? Humas is taking that advantage with another goal. 5 seconds left in the second game of this series. The description
This is looking kind of bad for the Baguettes.
Yeah, man. The description for Humas was very accurate. He is a lucky devil. He is making the most of it. And now Juice. I feel like Juice just took the second game.
I think as well. It seems to be the case here. I'm not sure.
I don't want to believe it. I don't want to see like a perfect sweep on the side of Juice right now, because come on guys, let's have a little
final match, right?
Yeah, let's have a little drama. That was a 2-0 match, which wasn't the best performance by Baguettes that we saw. They were performing a lot better in the earlier match. You saw how it was 5-4, and it was not due to a lack of skill that they lost that match. It was very good attempts and plays by Juice that made it possible.
Yeah, I mean, they're really creative when it comes to goal scoring. Like Rusty is really his aerial dribbles and those shots are really creative. Not a very direct way of shooting, but then there's Juice who keeps hammering on the backboard just constantly until the goal just opens itself up, and then that's how they mostly win these matches.
Now that you mention it, that is true. Yeah, they seem to be like wearing the team down more than actually doing like fancy schmancy setups and stuff. They seem to be just like beating down on the Baguettes because they already know what the Baguettes are about. They know what their strategies are, and I think this might be the most effective strategy.
Yeah, but then again, if Baguettes can't find a way to shut down Raph or Humas, they can probably advance into Juice's side and also keep them pinned down, because they did that for like 1 minute through that whole last match.
That was quite an open attempt, which with timing goal just comes in 10 seconds into the match. That was a nasty goal though. Look at that attempt. Rusty bumps it off the sideboard, but Ghost knew where the team was not, and he took that shot.
Juice was a little bit too bunched up on that side.
Yeah, because as the match started, I saw that they were building up a defensive setup forward, and Ruff now with his airstrike, is he gonna make it? Of course he did.
And it's Thomas once again. Man, what are we saying tonight?
I have seen Ruff just turn like his car around at the very last minute, and then everything gets changed up. Like basically, while he's in the air, like you said, he is the king up there. Him and Yogurt are king, and their level of skill allows them to control the ball's direction while they're in midair, and just then it was decisive. The same way Yogurt was decisive on the ground right now. He just dribbled it all the way from the side, bumped it off, like he just dunked it off of Ghost. Ghost did not see what happened.
And that was an outplay, like a big outplay. He was expecting it once it hit the roof of his car.
I think he was just a little dazed as it came in.
Looks really dangerous. Nice setup.
Nice setup, but this was the kind of setup that Juice has been doing on the Baguettes. Are they trying to give them a taste of their own medicine? Rough. Yogurt with that beautiful slide on the side. He just rides his teammates, and then Ruff just goes in. No, he rides his opponents, and Ruff just goes in. This Juice is just juicing this match right off, man.
Yeah, Juice completely in top form, dominating, really scary and really, like, I'd say really seamless when it comes to these transitions.
I feel like the baguettes are getting dried up and crumbly during this match. Void Weiser not on his form yet. He's just circling around. He managed to flip the ball off Ruff, helping him push it forward. But the rotation on the side of Juice Juice with Yogurt just hovering right in. Is he what is he? Is he a fighter jet or is he a helicopter? I have no idea.
Well, it seems like the Baguettes now are not really on the same page here, and not like this is if they lose this match, it's gonna be really hard for them to do a reverse sweep, and this is a really important match for them to win, as I'd say.
Yeah, right now we've got 2 wins on the side of Juice Juice, and a 3rd win would mean that Juice Juice is gonna be at match point for this prestigious finale. Ghost with that aerial challenge against Yogurt. Rusty with that shot off the backboard. Is Ghost gonna make it? And he did. That was a beautiful goal. That was
Ghost
well
pulling a
played.
lot of weight on the Baguette side, I'd say. Like he's been scoring a lot, and I think the 3rd man from Juice Juice's side was pumped. I think.
Nah, he was there on time. He just couldn't save it because Ghost's angle was gorgeous. But then again, you notice Ghost did not even have his boost when he took that shot though. He just jumped it.
Yeah, I think he just fell from the sky into that position, and it was like, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot.
That was a double commit on the side of Baguettes, and Yogurt just had a little sympathy, allowing them to save it, but Humus is like, nah man, we're taking this. Yogurt controls it, he goes in slow, he jumps it, tries to like just lob
A
it in.
double commit on the defense, I guess, which kind of let it wide open.
Exactly, and I feel like the Baguettes are crumbling under the pressure.
Is it the Baguettes or the croissants we're seeing?
Oh no man, but it feels like they're gonna end up being eclairs if this keeps on happening, because they are really getting their fillings in, man. This is 5 goals and the match hasn't even reached the midpoint.
Man, I feel like we're seeing Humus in possibly one of the best forms he's ever been in, if I'm not wrong. Possibly the most amount of goals he's scored in one night.
Hummus has actually shown us how important cultural foods are, especially during Ramadan. And here we are with hummus serving hot winnings right now. I think the Baguettes just tried a sort of a defensive ploy Juice Juice has been using the whole match, which is just to skirt around their goal. But Juice Juice did not take the bait. And now we're seeing them skirt all the way back. Rusty with that shot, just a little bit off target. Ghost trying to get in the aerial. You do not mess with Yogurt in the air. And here we are. Humas, what was that beautiful touch? We need to see Humas up close on this touch though. Look at that. He just did it. He just set it up for Yogurt. Yogurt knew what his teammate was doing. 6-2. Baguettes, this might be the biggest score margin that you lose against any team in
In the
this
final
tournament.
match, which is not a good sign.
As you can see, like they're rushing back on their rotations. They're kind of losing their tempo. Double commit on the defense. Ghost manages to tap it out. Humus just jumps in like the dolphin that he is with his jumps, and he's held back with a little bit of a bump there.
I mean, Juice Juice is playing really well, like a lot of teamwork, and it's really seamless as to where all the players are positioned. Like, they are just showing no mercy against the Baguettes. The Baguette, on the other hand, showing a lot of double commits, not really working out for them.
That was a suicidal run by Void Weiser, getting demolished against the one player he was supposed to bump out of the way, and Ghost just going with that little bit of a pinch. It was more of a tickle, but it did not work out. It's an open goal, 1 minute remaining, but Yogurt just comes in, 90-degree change on the angle of the ball. What are you doing?
And I think he's not dumb from.
I don't know, man. Rusty's trying to control the ball at the end, but he could not make much of it. Ghost getting faked out by Humus, just going like, I will turn right. And there he goes. Another push forward by Humus. Yogurt tries
Another setup.
Yep.
Another scary setup. The Baguette's low on boost, not really being able to push it back.
Is that an air dribble attempt by Ghost? But against a team like Juice Juice, you are gonna be out of bubbles, man. You're not gonna stay afloat for too long.
I mean, there's Raph, there's Yogurt, and even Hummus on the defense. So in the end, you just need to be, I don't know, beating 3 players at the same time.
And with 3 seconds on the clock left, the ball is still in the air. I think Yogurt and friends are gonna pull a nasty and keep it in the air until they can score one more. Yes, they are. They are going straight for the goal.
I mean, that was a good attempt. They just looking really comfortable.
Yeah, that was a gorgeous attempt though. Like if that worked out, I don't know, man. Juice just like I would have given them the championship right now with that level of skill, because now we are at game point. All right, we've got one more match.
The Baguettes, like we don't see a lot of purpose in their touches. Like they go for these hits, but it's really not going anywhere. But it's just because Zeus is pouring in all this pressure, and they're just doing it to keep the pressure away from them. But Juice, on the other hand, not being phased at all, composed throughout the whole thing, perfect positioning, like perfect rotation. So the Baguettes need to pull a miracle if they need to win the other one.
Yeah, we're talking about, like perfect rotations and perfect plays. Let's mention an honorary perfect sweep. Because that's what this is starting to look like. It's a final. And if Juice pulls this, like in this match, that just shows the level that they are is not even close to compare to like the 19 other teams that participated in this tourney. This feels a little nasty, Uwe.
I mean, if they win this one by a perfect sweep, then that means, I don't know, like in the next tournament they should just be in the finals.
They should be the final boss that everybody needs to face.
Like the Master Roshi, and then Goku has to beat him up or something.
That's true. And now look at that. Why are you not learning again? Okay, Hummus with a little bit of a lackluster attempt. I think they're just toying around with them right now.
I mean, it was just like few like inches in. Ooh.
There we go. That is an opening goal. And it wasn't the most prettiest goal I've seen. Ghost kind of like tried to push it in, bounced off the side, but Rusty was like, you know what, Ghost, here, let's take one for the team. And here we are, 23 seconds in, and that was the first opening goal by the Baguettes. And if we're talking drama, if I see the Baguettes win this match, that opens the way for a very unlikely but totally possible reverse sweep.
It is in the realm of possibility.
And Rusty now with that little bit of a touch in the middle, he's going aerial, but he could not do anything with it because the team he's playing against, these are Eagles when it comes to aerial attempts. No man, let's go with Falcon. Yeah, I like the sound of that.
I feel like we're going into a Star Wars theme tonight.
Yes, we are, because it is the turn of the millennium with all these Falcons in there as well. I mean, I just hope that the Baguettes has a new hope for this match, but with this defense, with that own goal,
I guess this is the last crunch.
Yes, it does look like it. Because the Baguettes are not going to be awakening at this rate. Right now, with a little bit of a ploy, Juice strikes back and equalizes the match. And we are right now seeing the match point being played. And Ghost just stepped in. What was that? How did he do that?
That's what he's been doing this whole night, honestly.
Ghost reminds me of a certain someone who speaks in like mixed sentences, you know? Score this goal, I shall. Now we're starting off with the kickoff, which faked by both teams in a way. I mean, they shot it, then they didn't know what to do with it. The ball's back on the side of Juice. Ruff tried to push it forward, he gets denied. And once again, the ball just like gently lobs itself onto the side of Juice's side.
Daily dangerous setup.
having
They don't set up again. They keep just hammering the backboard until the defense weakens.
what I've seen is like when they've set up for a goal, it's more of a like hammer time on the backboard. But when they're setting up to like humiliate the other team, they just slide it off the backboard and let gravity do its duty, you know. And Juice
Maybe
like,
ended up a little
Juice
force down there.
started off really sour, but we're hitting a sweet spot right now with this match point as well. Yogurt
They seem to be getting control of the pace now. Slowly getting more composed and better with their touches.
Yeah, even the baguettes as well. Even this match, I'm seeing a little bit of an improvement, but a lot of pre-jumps. Just then as well, Rusty just left the building in a way. Sometimes these pinches, I'm hoping I could see them happen in warp speed, but it did not. Yogurt was right there on time with his deflector shield. Yogurt sliding it off the side. Is he trying to like set up
Is he
something?
gonna
He
outplay
did.
everyone?
With that bump, that was a gorgeous bump though. It's like he left the ball, he went and bumped the defensive player, but he could not make anything out of it. Third man notwithstanding, rough with that aerial pass down, and now it's on the side of the baguettes. 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining.
I guess on their seat, like edge of their seat, just hoping to get more goals in.
I don't think this is gonna be like that. I think Juice is like kind of pulling back. I don't see them at their top speed right now.
Yeah, but they seem to be taking it too easy.
Yeah, with
So
that,
they're
with that
too
touch by-
overconfident.
oh look at that, Void Visor with the double tap, sort of managing to set it up, but there was no third man. Nobody had faith in him. The lack of faith I find very disturbing.
Very disturbing. It's a disturbance in the force.
Indeed. And now with the setups on the side, but it does not build up to anything because Juice with their defensive lineup, Ghost with his aerial attempts, he does not have the same force as players on Juice's side does. Expertise does something, but here we are experiencing a comeback. We're seeing the baguette returns on this match. This could mean something because, you know, in a galaxy far, far away, a long, long time ago, we also saw.
They are striking. They are striking back, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and I'm hoping maybe if we could have seen a reverse sweep earlier, we hopefully might see another reverse sweep today as well. We've just seen like one reverse sweep during this entire tourney, actually, one successful one, and I think it was done by Switch Tactics.
Normally, around this 1 minute mark, Juice becomes really terrifying, and we are not seeing that today. Why could that be?
Well,
Oh, I could be wrong. Really wrong. Just returning the favor with a long shot and really open goal from the Baguettes, if I may add.
oh, the Baguettes, they've got one goal ahead of Juice, but I think that was what they intended with that 50-50 on the kickoff, becoming a pinch to the side. It was a neutral touch, but now we have the ball back on the side of Juice. We've got Void Visor and Ghost flying around.
Oh, that was really close.
I mean, I was told to suit up tonight, but I forgot my tie, but I'm seeing TIE fighters on field tonight, though. These aerial attempts are gorgeous. Baguettes just secured their first game. Wow.
That was basically equalizer if they had 1 more second.
Yeah, 1 more second and Juice would have done what the Juice do. But now the Baguettes have finally gotten their first game. Juice is still on the cusp of a match point, though.
I mean, it was really close. I feel like they took it a bit too easy in that last match and gave the Vegas a lot of chance to score.
I think that was intentional. Juice is not someone to be lackluster in their playing, you know. So
yeah, we might be seeing a lot more from Yogurt in the next match. Who knows?
well, hopefully we're gonna go to see, you know, something more dramatic happen. And most of the time, this has happened in the Forbidden Temple, and hopefully that's where we're gonna end up on the next game as well. Juice on their match point. The Baguettes on what could be one of the most beautiful reverse sweeps if they manage to pull it off. They have to pull it off, because if they even mess up just once, their dreams of winning this tourney could just end up the same way Alderaan did. In the light of the Death Star. As we're readying up for the next match, we're going through the countdown, and it's 5 minutes once again on the clock. Strong kickoff by Humas, deflecting it to the side.
Raf making a really dangerous attack.
Oh wow, that was quite a save by the side of Baguette. I did not expect that. And now we're seeing Void Visor kind of like get his Juju back on against Juju's. But here we are, he's rotating back. Ghost is staying in the front again. Ghost and Rusty trying to make the most of this play, but Ghost had lost his attempt right there. Void Visor, yeah, he's playing more defensive in this match. This is nice to see. Rusty banging it off their own backboard in a hope to pinch it to the front, which might work in his favor.
Trying to make a setup with that one.
What? That
double
was
whiffs
what?
on.
No.
Damn, that is not something you see every day.
What? So whiff-a-lot. What kind of nasty miss was that?
I guess they were trying to get the third man to clean up, and then that's why the second man went for a fake out. But then they had a miscommunication there.
What? I can't believe it. That's not on the level of play by Baguettes. Like, you know, and bumping each other. What are you guys doing? You just bumped 3 people. You, your teammate, and like the next one as well. Like, what? How do you bump yourself in a match like this? Rusty going up in the air. He's trying to get control. Yogurt obviously doing what he does best. He's bringing it on for a bombing run, but he misses on the side.
Who was trying to clean up?
Almost he doing it best, but Ruff, he just gets stopped by Ghost. Ruff knows that he doesn't have anything to worry about because Humas is like, nah fam, got this. Ruff once again, I feel like Ruff is working on his half rotations on this match. He hasn't actually been playing, in this game at least, on the defensive yet.
Yeah, and also we are not seeing a lot of these dribble plays from Raf and these really nasty bump plays from him, which leaves, you know, as I say a lot, he makes the defense look kind of silly. If he tried that with the Baguette, maybe they can find more success and more goals as well.
That was a very heartbreaking demolition on the side of the Baguettes. I saw Void Visor really successfully, cleanly flipping over his opponent, but the second man just got to him. And now we're seeing a lot of ball control in the middle. Nobody knows what to do with it. There is no setup. They're just like trying to clear it out of the way. But no, I am wrong, because Juice knows exactly what they're doing. Yogurt is playing one of the most aggressive matches I've seen him play. And I feel like he's just wrestling everybody in Yogurt right now.
Do you feel like Juice is also taking this match also a little bit too easy?
Not yet, because they've got their lead so far. So as you can see, the ball is still not exactly in the control of the Baguette. So Juice is holding it. And now I think they're gonna go in for an attempt. They are trying.
They're trying for these setups, and Luck would have they're just not getting it in.
Yogurt just got demolished, and that could be opening anything. No, they could not make much of the time they got. Rough. Oh, rough. What was that touch? What? Rough with that really overconfident attempt lost, and Rusty just going like, I will take that aerial back in your faces, and he scores the equalizer. This is the second time we're seeing a decisive equalizer happening in this final match.
I mean, from the goal line, they just saved it, you know.
Yeah, they did. Like, for anybody who's watching this for the first time, please, you know, this is what Ruff was trying to do earlier. This was what he was trying to do.
You know.
You see that? This is how it's done. Please don't try this at home, guys. Like, do not challenge Juice.
Do not try to the finals, I'd say.
Wait, Weiser with that touch setup, he could not make it work. He got bumped out of the way. Rusty going like,
Graf trying to cause some interference. Humus with that clear. Looking like a setup. Can Juice get one more in?
I think Baguettes is like slowly changing this into a 2-1 game of formation as well. Basically, two people up in the front, one in the defense. Because I'm not seeing Ghost pull as much weight as he did earlier. Seems to be rotating back and doing very decisive touches. That could mean something, and it did! That was a gorgeous touch by Ghost. That was one of the best assists I've seen tonight.
Yeah, nice wall shot, and White Vice are already there in position as he always is. You know, exceptional
Faking it
when it
out
comes.
over Void, like faking it out over the team of Juice
Yeah.
by Void Vicer. It was such a good touch though.
Well, this is
done.
the last minute in, and we normally see Juice become this like artillery at this point. They just keep throwing balls at the goal until like one goes in.
And can they do it with this rush by Ghost? I think he's getting a little bit of his mojo back, but no, with that aerial touch by Rusty. Humus hasn't done too much of an aerial work in this game at least, and Yogurt neither. Like, Yogurt has been a little soft on the touches. Are they letting this match go easily?
Maybe not. Look at that.
Wow.
You have to say.
Yogurt, thank you for proving me wrong. Look at that tomahawk go in. And that, boys and girls, is how it's done.
Last 12 seconds. It's very decisive.
Last 12 seconds, anything could happen, but yeah, Baguettes and Juice are people who, if they can dribble it right in, this could actually mean something with an equalizer. But no, we are going to go into overtime. Are we? No, I am losing my voice right now, and then we are going to be crowning Juice as the indisputable champions of the world of Rocket League in the Maldives. Wow, that was a gorgeous final play though. Like, and they kept it tight. They kept on like messing with the Baguettes so much. But I'm not the only one feeling all giggly, am I?
Man, that was something. I don't know what that was, but that was something.
Oh my god, like, ooh. That, I mean, it didn't tire me out entirely because I was expecting this sort of like return of the Juice, but they didn't even go anywhere. They didn't have to. It was not exactly a perfect sweep, but I think they just did not want to give that perfect sweep a chance, you see?
It looked like they were taking it easy. You know, in the last two matches, they're like, yeah, we're gonna win. But well, congratulations to Juice.
Well done, Juice with Yogurt. Rough spelled with a Q. I think he's spelled with a Q, but he's now spelled with an A, not to be confused with Ragaf. And now we got Humas as well. Three of the best players of Rocket League in the entire nation. Congratulations, guys. You just won Dhiraagu Supersonic Champions, and you made our night really short by making short work of the Baguettes. Guys, indisputable champions. Congratulations. Really proud of you guys. You made it so far. And now we are about to also unveil in a little bit the MVP of this tourney as well. We are tallying up the scores, but I think Mooney, if you would unmute yourself, I think we'll have you back on stream as well. Let's say, I want to hear what you thought of that match, man.
Oh my god, guys, like, what a match, right? I'm not even sure what to say. Oh hey, where's my icon? I guess I'll figure it out. But anyway, y'all, that match was wild, right? Juice were just at the top of their form. Like, I'm with what Yube said. If at this point they if at this point they were able to take this tourney, which they now have, next tourney, just put them at the end. Really, like, who are we kidding? Just put them at the end, you know? That's what you're trying to beat, you know?
That's true. Maybe this could be that one team that could represent the Maldives in a South Asian Rocket League tournament. Because
Hey,
that's
wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah.
yeah, that's what James Paul was talking about as well. These are the opportunities that are ahead of us. We just saw one of the most successful Rocket League tourneys happen in the Maldives, thanks to Glitch Gaming. Okay, I have to say their name like that because apparently that's how they came up with it, because they glitched while they were saying it. But I am proud of this team. I'm proud of everyone who played, and I'm proud of both of you guys as well. Even Mooney in absentia of the screen right there.
Yeah, I'm still here.
I can almost hear his voice in the distance, but
Oof.
The force is strong with him. I'll give you that.
Yeah, this is the end of Return of Jedi, I guess. I'm Obi-Wan. But hey, can you believe it? Juice just won this tourney with their extra life intact. Maybe in the next tourney they'll just have it. I don't know. Like, they've shown such a phenomenal level of skill.
maybe in the next tourney we'll just say that they are still on their one life, and as soon as they lose a game, you just kick them out. Fair to say. Oh, this was fun. That was quite a fun match. I was expecting a little bit more drama, but the Baguettes were outplayed. There was a certain someone in the technical team who was telling me that Juice was win. Thank you, Jesse, for that forecast. I know that Kiki did not expect Juice to win, but I'm I'm just joking. Kiki, who has been Kiki, and Jesse have been working day and night on this stream for the past 19 days, and the team that I've come to know and love, these guys have been amazing, and I'd like to give out a heartfelt thanks, especially to Oscar for having shown his face today.
Finally.
Finally.
And it only took 20 days, Aksam. Think about it.
Yeah, this was fun, guys. We just how can I say, we just saw the champion of Rocket League, at least for the year 2021, getting crowned here. We are going to have an award ceremony as well later. For anybody who's watching the stream right now, you are too late. Good night. But anybody who's been with us so far, Juice has been an amazing team to watch. And they have shown consistency, not in their play style only, not in the way they would bounce off the backboard, but in their way of winning. Yogurt, Ruff, and Hummus have made us proud because these guys have shown what pure skill, talent, and hard work could do when put together.
Have they actually lost a match? I don't think, right?
I don't think so, man. They might.
Yeah.
They have lost like one match in I think 2 matches in a series, something like that. 3
Yeah,
matches.
like games. They might have lost 1 or 2 games every now and then.
Yeah, 2
But
games,
they have
never
not
a match.
lost any match.
Yeah.
That is really all you have to say, I guess.
Maybe we could actually make them the final boss fight, like Moni has been saying as well, for the next tourney, so that they don't have to face anybody else. Nobody else gets annihilated by Juice until the final boss fight. But these are discussions for later, guys. Favorite memories of this stream so far. We've had 19 days of Rocket League. All right, group stage fun. We've had all those amazing lucky draw winners winning every night, which I will get to in a bit. And we've had so much drama as well with the teams and the way they've gone up, gone down. What are your favorite moments during this really hectic stream?
Well, there was one moment when, I don't remember which team it was, but they got the most amount of goals in a match. That was really interesting to see. Yeah.
It was 14, right?
14 consecutively in two games, actually.
Yeah.
Like one after the other, yeah.
For me, one of the more memorable moments comes from right, with Unicorn. The goals that this man has the audacity to pull off. Who is this man?
versus Vololo, right? That was a match to remember.
Yes, I remember this one goal where he basically had the clock had basically gone to 0. The ball was on Unicorns, right? And he just decided to just run into the goal with it while everybody else just stopped playing, assuming the match had ended, and scored a goal. And that is this audacity. Amazing.
I think Unicorn.
What a king.
Unicorn as a player, he also has a horn on top, which is what kept the ball in place.
Right. And hey, while we're talking about cars that represent people, what about that one player who's from the Maldives?
Yes, no, two players. We
Oh,
have
yeah?
Irfan and
Shout out
Shahban.
to Dushman.
Oh yes, there you go. Maldives represented in Dhiraagu Supersonic. But jokes aside, though, it was great to see those guys play as well. They were pretty good. Right?
Remember Usopp with his Batmobiles,
I
you
was
know?
about to say that was my moment. With all his Batmobiles, with that one 3 games in a row, just changing around and around. I mean, like,
I would say another really fantastic moment would have been the elimination of Switch Tactics by EVG.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, who would have seen that coming from the top of the group to eliminate it in a single match? That just doesn't happen every day.
Yeah, Switch Tactics was a group to be reckoned with, and with players like Yaga and people like that going in. I thought I would see a lot of switching of tactics, but it felt like that one time, you know, you get a bunch of really good players to play together, and they go like, "Hey, let's participate in a tourney," and not exactly practice on the teamwork, because that's what we saw when they lost as well. They had that one setup that they were using, and it did not work out in their favor.
Yeah, they switched off their tactics, alright.
I'm basically going through my notes just now, kind of looking at some of the matches we had, and of course, how can we leave this without mentioning Storm? What a team as well, you know? They were a dominant force all the way until the end, and it was Capalot that took them down, the unexpected underdog, right? And of course, in the group stage, Vector themselves showed a phenomenal performance, I thought. How do you guys feel about their performance overall?
Vector or Storm?
Let's start with Storm, and then we can go to Vector.
For me, Storm had been a mid-tier team-ish. They were doing very good, but they weren't exactly exceptional as the matches went on in the group stage. They weren't exactly exceptional, but then they just reminded me of, like, you know, undercover people, like a little bit like the KGB for a second. You know, no, do not get confused with KFC, but they were doing that kind of nasty thing where they jumped out of the shadows, took Vector by the throat, and were like, "Leave," and they did. They did, like, whoop.
So the whole purpose in this tournament was like to come up and take down Vector, because Vector was like high up in the leaderboard. Like they were the top one. They came with a clean sheet, and they were like, and Storm was like, no, none of this Vector stuff, and then just left them away.
It was really interesting to see what they did, but then they went against Capalot, and they could not weather it. They could not pull the same moves they did. Yeah.
Very, very true. So, what about the other team, Vector?
Well, for me, Vector was actually having a really easy time in their group stages. That is why we saw them have a clean streak. And they went up into the knockout stages against teams that had struggled in their group stages. And then wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, they got cleaned up. And then they go...
I feel like Vector is like a baby juice, you know, like Vector is what if they became like their full potential, it is juice, something like that.
So like
they had a similar play style, you know.
Yes. So like if their rotations got cleaned up, that they kind of didn't give into pressure the way that they did, and you know, that sort of thing, right? I can definitely see that progressing. What about you, Aksam? I guess you've given your thoughts on this as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like the team that I am most excited to see in time would be Capalot. Capalot has been absolutely fantastic in the way they've improved, and they've gone from a mid-tier team to a top-tier team, and we saw them really struggle in the first match as well tonight against the Baguettes, because the Baguettes know what they're doing. These are the adults. This is a big boy game at that point, you know, and they really took that. And I feel like if I could see them come back one day, that would be really amazing.
I'm very much with you on that one. I think that it will be fantastic to see them again. And same goes for Switch Tactics and EVG, two other teams I would like to mention before we move on, right? Because I feel like these are teams that also deserve mention. Let's talk about Switch Tactics. Interesting name, also kind of mirrored in their playstyle. Kind of like a a team that could be really good or not performing up to standard when we're going forward. What do you guys think?
Let me stop you there, Mooney. I like when we talk about switch tactics and their playstyle, that is what we did not see them do. That was what was their downfall. They did not switch their tactics as they played around.
Yeah, that's to the last time, right?
Yeah.
They also were one of the people who pulled off a reverse sweep in the tournament, so shout out to them. I love reverse sweeps, and I love you guys for doing that. For me, Switch Tactics was a great team, but ultimately fell victim to one of the worst turnarounds we've seen in this tournament, you know? But it was super dramatic in that sense as well. But leaving Switch Tactics aside, I think the other team I mentioned was EVG, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so EVG. I know that it's a favorite of yours, Aksam. You love to talk about it. So let's start with you. How do you feel about them overall?
EVG has this sense of playing where we're seeing a trio of people with very different roles and knowing exactly where they fit into this puzzle game, right?
Right.
We got Trezzo and Nizzo who are setting everything up. Trezzo always jumping into those snipes with those shots. Nizzo is the one setting it up. Killing Player One is the one sitting back. He is the tank for this team, right?
Right.
We got like two really good aerial players, Nizzo and Trezzo, and then we got Killing Player staying at the back, jumping in when he's needed. And this sort of play makes their play distinct. Like if I saw them play and they didn't have their names on the cards at that moment or something like that, I would still be able to know that this was EVG because they had that finesse. Not in the last stages of their tournament experience, but early into the tournament they had quite a finesse. What about you, Yube? Would you describe it like that for EVG?
Well, EVG, it was really cut and dry as to what the players were doing, you know, like Trezor and Nizzo, they were like the 1-2, you know, like the first and the second man. And as you mentioned before, Killen, the tank, he comes for cleanups. That's what he started doing, like, later into the tournament. Like, he realized, yo, I need to do something other than defend. And then he goes for a lot of cleanups. So they have a really distinct play style, which I would say is like a double-edged sword because it's really, you know, refined. So if they go for it and if they fail, then they're just wide open for an attack. So it's something like that. EVG, a really good team. I'd say they'll get a lot better and maybe, you know, they'll be more diverse in how they play. So that could actually put them as a top team because then, like, you'd think it's Trezor going for like a setup, but then it's just killing with a dribble and then bam, goal. Something like that.
Yeah, I think you've got a pretty good. I'm with. I'd like this on into the table, into the discussion, right?
So we are going to be going into the next part of tonight, which is... No, I'm not going to say it's the most important part. The final was the most important part, guys. Haha, got you there.
Hey, let me get my 2 cents in first, if that's all right.
Yeah, sure, man. We're just like a little bit running short on time, but go.
All
for
right,
it.
I'll keep it short. So basically, here's what I'm thinking, right? It's what you best said. It is a huge double-edged sword because their play is so easily identifiable. It is also easy to plan against, right? So if they could keep that formation and switch the players around, that would work for me. But I think that keeping one player always on the defensive might lead to stagnation if that tactic is broken. Right, then the other player won't be able to handle it as well. But so I'm thinking that for them, I would hope that they would go forward in such a way where any player can be anywhere, but this tactic would still be a viable tactic. Yeah, that's where I'm at. But anyway, sorry to take a little bit of your time, but I thought that was worth saying.
It is. That's valuable insight. I hope EVG looks into it as well. We are going to be jumping into the next finale of this night, which is the final lucky draw.
Oh man, I am excited. I wonder who it could be.
We're gonna go to the MVP first. Let's see who got it this time for this tourney. The Dhiraagu Supersonic by Glitch Gaming 2021. The MVP is...
Oh, the mechanical wizard.
Hey, Ruff! Well earned, I would say.
Yeah,
I hope
Ruff
Ruff
to anybody
can
else
fly
getting
over
this.
I hope Ruff can fly over to get this prize because from what I hear, he's not exactly... Is it Yogurt who is not based here? Okay. Ruff is based in Males, so I'm pretty sure he can come by and get it. We will have an award ceremony for all the teams who participate, the teams who won, and everybody, hopefully with social distancing, getting together and staying safe. But yes, we will have a moment like that. to be announced soon, but congratulations, Ruff. Well done. This was well deserved. You put up an amazing play during the last match. You guys would have had more of a chance to, like, other people would have more of a chance to win this MVP prize if the game went on for longer. But Ruff, you made short work of the baguettes with your teammates. Congratulations on your win, and congratulations on this TV as well. Now, I think we're gonna go into the lucky draw winners of the night.
The
yeah?
last lucky draw
Okay.
winners, right?
Yeah, are these the luckiest people? Who knows? With pizza bonus, free pizza lucky draw winner would be Ifaz on Facebook. Congratulations for your GGs. And hopefully I will get a bite of this pizza. And other pizzas, I don't care. This one, please, I need one. Come on, guys. I've been saying it every night. What about the mustalo case? Who's gonna get it? Let's see who got the mustalo case, the very last one to be given away by Mandu Mats for Dhiraagu Supersonic.
Bro.
It was Raihan. Wow, it sounds like a wrestler. Nice. Oh, is it Rihan? I don't know. I'll call him Raihan. Wow, congratulations on your GGs. Tonight, Facebook is taking all the wins, guys. All the wins. So these are the two most important winners of the night as well. Just taking a close second to like what I'm supporting. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I've had so much fun on this stream. Oh my god.
I mean, it is an assorted mustalo case, so I can understand where you're coming from.
It's a Mandu mustalo case. I mean,
It says it all. Thank you so much. Guys, do you think we're gonna do this again anytime soon?
I would love that. That would be amazing.
hey, if you guys
What
can
other
really have
training?
me, then I mean,
What other game do you think we're gonna have on this as a glitch gaming tournament?
maybe we might say a shooter. Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be exciting? I've never tried shot calling for a shoot, so it'll be a completely new experience. But I'm really excited for that. There's
Let's
also
see.
what do you call them? Games like
MOBA?
PUBG. You know.
Oh,
Yeah,
Battle
or a
Royale.
MOBA like League. Now that would be fun. I know that there's a lot of local League players. I think there's even a tournament going on right about now.
I mean, from one Rocket League to another, we could be jumping. But Mooney, I think you might have given it away. We might be expecting a PUBG tournament sometime soon as well.
Nani?
Is everyone excited for that?
Man, that would be awesome.
But before that, just before we sign off and say goodnight, before we meet, we're going to meet everyone once more for a last time on the 20th day of our stream, which is going to be the award ceremony. Before we sign off on that, I wanted to tell all of our viewers, thank you so much for being here, sticking around with us, saying GG in the chat, also for your constructive criticism. It's made us all better commentators, hosts, and analysts as well. And all the players who have been part of this competition. Thank you so much for your dedication, for the hard work, and for the insane level of skill you've been showing us on the screen as well. I've learned a lot from this game. Kiki is not going to play against me because he knows I'm not good enough at it. But at least, it's a basis for me to start off on.
At least you can win arguments now,
This was fun, guys. And who knows, you might see one of your casters streaming a game with Glitch Gaming as well. This has been Aksam as your host, Mooney as your commentator, Yube as your analyst. This has been Dhiraagu Supersonic by Glitch Gaming 2021. We will catch you again on the award ceremony. Good night to everyone and have a blessed Eid ahead.
ರಾಜ್ಯ ಕುದಿ ರೀತಿ ರಕ್ತಕುಗೆ ಬೇರು ಮಾಸಿಂಗ ನು ಕಂಡುತಕುಗ ವ್ಯಾಕಫಾ ದುವ್ವ ರಕ್ಕ ತೆರಿಕಂದಿ ಕಂಡುತಕುಗೆ ಮಿ ದಿರುಂ ಹೋದ ಕಂಡುಂ ಹೋದಿ ಕಂಡು ರೋದಿ
ಏರುಗೆ ರಾಹ ಮಾಂದು ಮಸ್ತಳು